He comes back. He's got like 2 bandages. metal bits protecting his ears, bro. That shit is so funny.
He's like, I can't hear you guys.
Can't do anything.
Get anything.
Let's officially kick this off.
Let's get it.
Are we ready?
Ready? Absolutely. I'm ready for
Sweet.
a countdown.
Let's do it, baby.
All
Three,
right.
2, 1. What is good, my friends? Welcome back to the official Flash Brothers podcast, my friends. We got things in store today,
Absolutely,
baby.
we do.
I would say this is week, Joshy. Before we get to introductions, where we got everything handed to us today, all right, for what we're going to be talking about. But I got a lot of content. I think Joshy got some content as well.
Oh, I got some stuff to say
Station.
for sure.
We got a guest on today as well, so let's do intros. This is officially season 4, episode 54 today. We are cruising now. I guess the next goal is what? Hundo?
Yeah, fuck
Let's hit it, baby.
Or 80.
80? No, yeah. But like big celebration. Big episode.
Yeah, would be
right?
like 100 for sure. But I would also say 64 would be huge.
64. That's good. We got to celebrate 64.
Tailgater 91.
Yeah, 91. Also,
I was born in 91. You were born in 2000.
There you go.
97.
So, you know.
So,
You can
like
do 2000.
Oh, just to be odd.
No, it'd be
when
0,
did the
0.
Dreamcast come out?
It'd be 0, 0. So it'd be episode 100.
Come out.
I think 99.
Dreamcast.
The Dreamcast. Where's that chart, Joshy? Where's your
Oh yeah,
Where's your poster at, dude?
Where's your poster at, bro? This is by the way, we're recording Tuesday. It is September 24th today, my friends. I cannot believe it is already about to be October, but I am stoked for so many reasons. We're approaching my favorite time of the year.
Yes, sir.
My name is Seme, and I'll be taking command as the captain on today's voyage.
Yes,
my friends joining me today with my 2 first mates today. I got the Star Warrior himself. I got Joshy.
Yes. What's up, guys?
It would be.
Sorry, I was gonna say.
I'm gonna finish. It's Joshy, Joshimation Station. It's the Star Warrior himself.
Fuck. What's up, guys?
My OG co-host, as always, joining me today. Joshy,
right.
what were we gonna say?
I forgot. Fuck you! I forgot. I actually don't remember. But let's hear it, bro.
Joshy's river be flowing.
No, I
big
actually
ass
did
boulder,
forget,
bro.
bro.
I
actually
just
did
hurled this
forget.
big ass boulder.
No.
Boom, Joshy.
I can't remember.
Oh, dude, you're the fucking beaver, dude.
He was actually cruising, right?
Yeah.
Like imagine just like being passed out on the raft, and he like
right.
hits the rock, and he's like on shore.
I had no idea where it was at.
Mid-rock. What?
No idea. No clue. Not one.
Yeah, that's.
But also,
that's what it feels like, right?
That's right,
Sometimes.
that's right.
No, I
we are
understand.
joined by our beautiful Patreon sponsor, but also basically the third host at this point. No one has been on an episode as much
We were
as this
talking
guy.
about this precast.
come
It's
on.
absolutely true,
It's
bro.
so-
This
it's
is,
so special
our
to have you here.
legendary,
Big ol' Johnny Bravo's here.
the Phantom Third co-host.
Phantom Third.
Yeah,
Phantom
the
Pain.
Phantom Third. Let's
Oh,
go.
the Phantom Pain.
Phantom Pain over here.
The Flash Third, baby.
Kuroko.
It is Johnny, who has now been, I mean, officially you can say proudly you have been, but you've been in more episodes as a guest than anyone else.
Yeah.
By far.
I'll take it.
No question.
And I'd say, even to be a little intimate, like Josh and I have talked about how even like starting anything, I think, especially your first thing though, whether it be like YouTube, you're putting yourself out there in like some way. Like it could be something that clicks in your brain that you're like not prepared for until it's like actually happening. And you're like in the moment, you're like, it's almost like stage fright in a way.
Sure, yeah.
You know, the feeling of
Hopefully
stage
without
fright.
the piss.
Yeah, right?
There's a lot of piss in my stage right
No one's watching, but like there's some energy that you're feeling and you're like, whoa, what's happening, right?
Sure.
So would you say like it's you feel different now? Or that like less energy like that?
Less thought goes into it, maybe.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of just the idea.
Yeah,
that everything
guess.
is a
Well, Johnny 20.
everything's like a muscle.
Episode 54.
You're working everything.
You're working it out.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm literally writing this down. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Johnny.
That's a great quote.
Put that on the headstone.
Yeah, 54. This is,
I guess.
I'm gonna quote you forever, my friend.
I like that.
Yeah, no, it's well, it's great to have the three of us here today.
Great for having us.
Honestly, yeah. So we're about to set sail. We're taking all of you with us today, my friends. And if you joined us on pregame, welcome. You guys have been here.
Back.
On deck. But we are taking off today, my friends. We are gonna kick off the episode, as always now, with a pop topic. All right.
Of course.
Today's pop
Just like
topic.
Just like that.
The thing about having
let's talk about
Johnny
working
on,
it out.
yeah, it's like well, I love the surprise element of the show. I love how bringing things to the table. Joshy's got no idea what I'm about to say.
I have
Okay,
zero
now,
clue right
off
now.
topic,
As
right?
of now,
It's authentically kind of for you.
It
You
is.
know what I mean?
It absolutely is.
And then for just anyone out there, it's just whatever I'm cooking.
I'm glad we get to be here together.
Oh
Johnny.
yeah. Well, having Johnny on,
Be
I'm
the-
kind of cooking
in
the
the same
headspace
book.
of him now too, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I got a question that I think is perfect for having all three of us here
the three
today.
of us
Okay.
here.
So the pop topic question, okay, for pop discussion today is there a game ending that still haunts you to this day?
Ooh.
And whatever haunts can mean anything. It could be bad, could be scary, could be just didn't sit right with you, could be you completely forgot about it because of one reason or another.
It's a good question.
Whoever's got it, start off.
We're talking video game, right?
We are talking, video game for sure. I like story-based video games. You can count those though,
For sure.
You know, like visual novels or like Danganronpa, whatever.
Right. I'll say, without trying to spoil as much, recently,
Yeah.
Half-Life 3 Episode
Half-Life
2
3.
has one of the biggest... Have you played this game?
Half-Life 2, Episode 2?
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. I
It's like, wait a minute. what?
Half-Life.
There's a third?
2. No, I fucking wish.
What?
I'm like, yeah, you guys haven't played it yet? No, Half-Life 2 Episode 2. I didn't mean to say.
Unfortunately, I forgot.
Have you played
I'm from the future.
Half-Life 2?
Unfortunately,
Yes.
You played Episode 1 and 2 after?
Okay.
Do you remember what ending I'm talking
listen.
about?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say right now for the audience, I'm gonna say for myself, I do not mind being spoiled, so we can go into spoiler territory. So you can
I might have to
dive
just
in.
so
Dive in.
if you and I,
Especially
I wanna
if
see
Johnny's
what-
on board.
Yeah,
But
if what
personally,
you
I'm good.
Think of that one.
Yeah,
too.
so
yeah.
at the very end,
yeah,
a very important character dies. And
Who is?
it is Alex is
yeah. So
dad.
Dr.
Alex
Martin?
from that VR game.
Yeah, she's the secondary main character. Basically, the one since Gordon Freeman is a silent protagonist.
Yeah.
she's like the
Wait,
the
he
Elma.
is?
Yeah, he doesn't say
I
a
don't
word.
think I.
He
knew.
makes
never
a
says-
sound, but that's it.
Maybe.
He always reminded me of the guy who plays on Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Walter
like
White?
with that look.
Yeah.
You know what
Well,
I mean?
he's
He's
he
selling
doesn't
meth.
talk. He doesn't talk. Yeah, that's why he can't talk, dude. All his teeth are gone, bro. He's been on meth for years.
He's
dude.
zonked out of his mind.
He's zoinked, bro. He's just watching all this shit. But he's a silent protag. So Alex is the one you follow, and it's Dr. Martin, right?
Yeah.
And he's basically like he worked with you back in Black Mesa. Like he knows you pretty personally, and he's throughout all three Half-Life 2 games. He's literally like a central character. The very end, what are called what are basically would be the Mobius of this world, because it's all ran by these I can't remember the exact name they used, but you remember those giant beans that float?
Yeah.
And they
I
just
think
have
they were called,
control.
like snatchers or something crazy like that.
No, but I know what you're talking about. Those snatchers with the claws.
Yeah.
You're thinking of something else, but they float. You don't see them at all except for like the very end of the game.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
they
yeah,
are
yeah.
the heads. They're alien creatures. Like they barely look like us. They communicate through their mind.
Yeah, they
They
don't
have-
even look like an alien.
No, they look
a
like
floating blob.
like a floating blob, right?
Yeah.
They are the leaders of the Combine, which are the people you're fighting through the entire time. They show up at the very end. You have no idea they've been tailing you. The big dogs show up, stab and kill Dr. Martin, and then literally cripple your suit, and you fall to the ground, and the last thing you see is Alex crying because her dad died, and then that's the end of the series.
Yeah.
That's all you see. Do they steal something from them too?
Yeah,
It's
because they're trying to build something to take out the fucking. I keep trying to say Covenant.
No, the Combine. Yes, the Covenant.
The Covenant.
The Covenant.
The Covenant.
No, yeah,
That's
but
Halo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
crazy ending. Seriously,
Wow.
and left me so shook. I think I went right into the VR game because I was like unset. I mean, I was satisfied to a degree because I was done, but I was like, "What the fuck kind of ending?"
He's like, finally, I can use this headset more often.
It's about damn fucking time. He's collecting dust, bro. But yeah, no, dude, fucking. That was a really crazy ending, and that was pretty recently.
Thank you for not holding back too, because I had a pretty good picture painted in my head. That sounds crazy.
It genuinely was it's the most
I'd be
shocking
so
moment.
pissed too if
Dude,
that's how it ended.
why do you think people have been begging for Half-Life 3?
can't end like that.
You can't.
No.
You really can't.
That
it
makes so
literally
much
is.
sense.
That's the low point of the game. That's the return of the.
in any really
the
good
Empire
story,
Strikes
right?
Back.
It's
You know what I mean?
before we're about to hit the rising arc.
The rising,
right?
the rising
action.
action.
Rising action.
Yeah.
Thank you. But you know what I mean. Like it's like, all right, this is rock bottom.
What's it called?
Oh, we're over.
Empire Strikes Back. Imagine it ends with Luke losing his arm, everyone's scattered, and then like Darth Vader's on top. All right.
I'm literally imagining
It
that
sucks.
scene, and that's how it ends.
Yeah.
Like,
That's the end of Star Wars. Sorry, dude.
That's Star
Wow.
Killer.
Yeah, low key. It's Star Killer in there.
It's a multi.
He's got
universe.
such a sad ending.
Oh,
too.
terrible
Yeah,
ending.
terrible.
Both ways.
Dude, that acting is so good. I swear, that shit is.
Johnny, what do you got?
So, obviously, I was glazing Mass Effect on the pregame.
Yeah.
But actually, the one that gets me, and I think I've talked to you about this one already, the most disturbing ending to a game that I've kind of like realized life was like short.
Oh yeah.
Is Enslaved.
Become Human? No.
No,
You're thinking of.
That's Detroit.
Yeah, you're thinking of.
Hold on, let me look it up real quick.
Why do I?
The guy,
Enslaved,
the
become
main character you play as, his name is Monkey.
Monkey.
Yeah.
I need to see the cover art.
Yeah, you'll know
I need
exactly.
to see the cover
because
art.
I've told you about this.
This is
before.
back in the days of the instruction manuals, my guy.
Game PS3.
I'd always be in GameStop. You ever like look at the instruction manuals?
I miss them.
Oh my god.
I wish that game. I feel like that would
So
make me want to
much.
collect a game so much more.
Yeah.
Because they were like little booklets of
Yeah,
the
oh,
game.
yeah.
You know what? I had a perfect
You've
one.
seen this at GameStop anywhere
I
you've
have
been.
absolutely seen this. So I don't.
Oh wow.
I may have at one point. I feel like I was interested in it for
Mm-hmm.
one reason or another, but I think I ultimately decided I probably just wouldn't get around to it.
Yeah.
Which I still feel the same, right?
The background looks like near on.
And I think I remember the reviews being mixed, but I did read some reviews and some YouTube videos where they talked highly of it.
So the combat's actually pretty good and all that. The game's really good. I wouldn't say the story is very deep until the very end.
Okay, so what happens at the end?
At the end, so
Spoilers for Enslaved.
yeah,
on the
for Enslaved,
PlayStation 3.
PlayStation
Huge
3.
spoilers, guys,
For
be
some
careful.
reason, you haven't played this. You're not going to.
Skip to the time, the head code you don't want. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So they have at the end they're like trying to find where like the world has ended. Okay, so the whole thing about this is humans are enslaved through robots. Okay,
Matrix.
so but it's like
We were literally talking about this in pregame last week with what All Tomorrows.
All Tomorrows and you remember?
I have no mouth and I must scream.
That's it. Yeah, nice. Literally the
I
same thing.
like visualize the cover.
I have no mouth and I was screaming. Literally, that's the cover, dude. Yeah.
Bro.
so at the end, what Monkey and I think the girl's name is Trick. I
Trick
think.
and Monkey are some very interesting.
Yeah,
names.
they're also like actually pretty well like thought out characters,
Really?
but they're not really deep.
Okay.
It's that action game mid 2000s thing.
Sure.
You know what I
Kind of like an Infamous or
Yeah,
like a
yeah. Infamous.
or more like
I feel like
more like God of War a little bit.
No, God of
Oh,
War.
well-
Kratos had depth,
Yeah, true.
not in emotion, but
I
throughout
mean the way the
story.
gameplay
Yeah.
goes. No.
yeah.
So, but the gameplay is...
No, I don't know. I see where you're coming from, and I see where you're coming from. Because I feel like Kratos... Dude, Kratos just wasn't likable, to be honest. Yeah. He wasn't designed to be likable.
Well, that was, the
right?
He was an anti-hero.
But there's this element that you're talking about of, that, like...
The things
almost trying to push mystery and not knowing so much about the main character, but it's not satisfying. It doesn't hit the same as having, like, you know, the side character trope where their best friend is always badass, or they have like the best, or they're like kind of shady. The anti-hero. Yeah. But there's an element of mystery to them that is appealing always, right? And maybe you don't find out their backstory until like the end, truly, right? But the main character needs to like hit in certain ways unless it's just done really well. And I feel like it just was a trope in the early 2000s. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was.
No, and the Kratos trope, not good, bro.
No.
Just like
you
the
didn't
element
fuck with it.
Well, I did
too much mystery, maybe.
No, the element of mystery is like this dude's just angry.
Yeah, he's just asshole.
Just
Do you know
angry,
why
bro. Though? Well, yeah, but like, think about. Have you heard of shit?
Which one?
This game that Caleb talks about all the time, Ashura's Wrath.
Yeah. Oh, Ashura,
that's a good
dude.
Game too.
Yes.
That's such a sick game. Dude.
Ashura's Wrath is like the same concept of Kratos. Pretty sure it is.
I'm pretty sure it's a platinum game.
Well, because it looks beautiful. Look at it today. Look at the cutscenes.
It's PS3,
PS3, Xbox
and 360. Yeah. Caleb's talked so highly of this game, right? Without going too into the lore, this guy deals with a lot of the same stuff Kratos does, okay? Like, truly. And this guy, we're talking god levels. So they're in their own universe.
He's got 4 arms, doesn't he?
Different mythology.
4 on each side.
Yeah.
So he's like Machamp on steroids.
Right.
But actually a god. Like, it's
so
insane.
Like, he fights a guy that's the size of a fucking planet, dog.
Have you seen that?
The Buddha, right? Or it's not Buddha, it's that one guy.
Yes.
He, like, points one finger and he like catches the finger
to the point where he breaks all of his arms off.
That's one of the most insane cutscenes I've ever seen from any game.
But he's channeling righteous anger. Dude. It's like a concept in the game.
Is it Chinese mythic?
I think it is.
I think it is too.
I'm pretty sure.
The guy that he like touches it. It could be Hindu.
I think it's Hindu.
But Chinese like studio.
Yeah.
Like it was platinum, but I mean like lore.
Chinese lore, but it might be like Hindu. Because you're right, it might be.
A lot of these things, like in these games, that's what we love about like Xenoblade.
Oh yeah,
it mixes all these ideas.
Persona, dude. Think about how many.
Absolutely,
it's not based on one.
The reason why Kratos is doing what he's doing is because he gave everything to the gods because he needed them to save him selfishly. Right.
But then the push after that, I get that. But the push is it's just anger and revenge.
Right, but that's if you remember though, it keeps happening. What happens is so hear me out.
Yeah.
So Kratos,
I want to hear the argument.
His mom or his wife and daughter he killed in the blind of rage because he was serving under Ares, right?
That's what the blood is on him, right?
By the way, that's what Ice
blood
does
and Ice
Fire Emblem.
And Ice of
not Ice, the ash of
that's right.
Of his family.
Blade replayed all the games recently, getting ready for God of War Ragnarok.
Really? Can I like Ike from Fire Emblem?
Yeah.
Path of Radiance?
Oh yeah.
His father murdered his mother in cold blood. Or his wife, Ike's mother in cold blood right in front of him because of a similar concept.
Dude, Ike's got a sick ass backstory, dude.
Yeah, it's guts and like it's all these it's hardship, bro.
I love
Ike is like the straight up. He's just the most man of any Fire Emblem character.
I love this.
Like straight up, dude.
Just guts.
All right,
bro.
Yep. I'm gonna form a mercenary group for what's right. And it started as like a band of mercenaries, like One Piece, right?
Like the Band of the Hawk from
army.
Berserk, by the way.
Oh, really?
Band of the Hawk. That's the Golden Age arc. That's the backstory of Guts. He's a part of a mercenary drink. He's a captain.
Makes so much sense.
Of them, and he literally is like one of the big dogs, and it's like his whole it's like his whole like justice, but he goes through tragedy and like there's like time skips and shit.
Oh yeah,
so that's kind of his backstory.
Okay,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure. Well, this just shows everything's like connected, right?
Yeah.
We talked about it a lot in like the Akira Toriyama episode, but
inspiration is everywhere.
Yeah, and this is how it should be. It shouldn't be Pokemon. Like we'll get into this. But
oh my god, I have so much to say.
It's going to be Pokemon officially and Nintendo doing a joint suing of Pal World. Yeah. Okay, right. And I just want to say it feels so appropriate right now to say like the synergy between all these ideas is the beauty of creativity. The beauty of video games, you know, feeling expressive. What is Chrono Trigger? Chrono Trigger taking the best artists of all these places and building the dream team, right? What the fuck are we doing if we're like at each other's throats?
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, it's also, I mean, but still at the same time, that competition is amazing.
That's
why we need,
and it needs to also
everything
not be a
expands
monopoly.
on it. Exactly.
Which we also
everything
talked
expands
about
on it. It's one of the reasons.
It's
It's
ad
ad nauseum, honestly.
It's factless.
It's insane
is really
triple A, like you said.
Yeah.
Anyways, I do want to hear the argument though for Kratos and why I should give a fuck, because I'm like, that's what I love so much about the remake.
Yeah.
God of
It added
that
depth.
they do
one of the
something
greatest.
So
And let me tell you
deep
this right
with that
now.
character.
I understand why you think that.
Yeah.
Okay,
but
because they don't do a good job of portraying Kratos at anything more than just face value. But if you look at the scenes of what happens throughout the first 4, 5, 6 games, we're talking about he gets his family killed. You know, he's punished from the gods. He serves under Ares, and then Ares puts him in pretty much a shitty like situation where he has to like betray Ares and kills him, right? And at the end of the first game, do you remember what the end log of it was? Where they went like, okay, well, he actually just served as the god of war for eternity. It was fine. But they started God of War 2, and instead of the ending of the first one being lore, they added onto the story. What happens is Zeus tries to betray, because Zeus is pissed off that Ares is dead, his brother, or his son, you know what I mean? Son with Helena, I think.
Yeah.
So, after Kratos kills Ares, immediately Zeus wants to kill Kratos.
Right.
Pretty much almost does with the Blade of Olympus, the same blade that he killed Ares with, right?
Right.
So, gets sent to hell, climbs back up, climbs all the way back out of the fucking shit,
Right.
gets killed again, falls back into the hole, and then you see God of War 3 come, right?
Which
And
I played a lot of God of War
That's
3.
really
The God of War 3
is the
amazing.
best action game of
It is
all time.
actually peak. Actually peak. You go into...
It's so good.
I vividly remember going into the underworld, and you fight Hades, you beat Hades, you get a new weapon, which is the Hades claws.
Yeah.
It's 3, like, claws that are, like... They're very distinctive, and they're purple. So there's, like, these, you know, you have the Chaos Blades, the red, you have the purple, and then it shows you have room for a lot of other weapons. So
You
it's
get-
like, oh, shit.
you get,
and they each have
fun.
unique properties
So
to the
fun.
combat, to the world.
I love
So gating, they gate
Yeah.
with the weapons, which is part of the story. It's
So
amazing.
can you switch around at any time?
Yeah, all the way
Yeah,
through.
yeah,
You
oh
can-
yeah.
chain
Mid combat,
Chain combos.
chain combo, bro.
All that
That's
shit.
so
Yeah,
It's badass.
That reminds me of, did you guys ever play Darksiders 2?
Yes.
Dude,
Yes.
that combat.
Another one of those like
Dude,
edgy
the
character
switching-
games.
Yeah, that is literally that exact type where it's like, you know, he's saying shit and you hear him in cutscenes and he's
But-
so like, he literally talks like that.
Yeah.
Really dark.
But end of Kratos talk. But
Yeah.
back to Enslaved. Okay, Enslaved. The ending of that game.
Wait, I'm
we
not.
never got to this
happy-
question, bro.
Okay, you're right.
We never got to. This
I'm
question.
still not satisfied though with
Okay, well,
Kratos.
Okay, with Kratos though. Okay, after he finishes the third game, right, and he also learns in between the PSP games. Did you ever play the PSP games?
I did.
You did. So
Not the second one.
Ghost of Sparta.
Yeah.
Is the story of Zeus pretty much plotting a plan to take away Kratos' last family member.
Well, I don't want to go too
It's
deep
just always
into
lore.
all the lore.
They
I want
kept
to know.
killing.
Give me a statement reason why. Because I'm saying that Kratos.
Yeah.
The argument is Kratos is just angry and just wants revenge, just won't be satisfied until just the gods are eradicated.
Yeah.
You know, essentially in
Ruins
the Marvel
mankind.
universe, he's that one guy.
Thanos?
No, the God Killer. Remember the God Slayer and Thor,
It's
God of Thunder?
Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder.
Thank
Yeah.
It's Drog, Gog.
It's something distinctive.
Yeah.
Really distinctive. It's along those lines. I can't remember.
Well, either way.
Yeah, well, either way, it's that idea.
Yeah.
I'm just a God Killer now. to like the care I want for him.
Yeah.
I get that, like, you know, would I do anything different? I don't fucking know.
It's Gore,
But
the God Butcher.
It's Gore. That's his
the
name.
God Butcher.
The God Butcher.
That's such a tough.
That's in.
name,
I think
dude.
they say God Killer in.
It might be,
the
but
movie.
in the
But
comics,
it's God
says
Butcher. Bless you, bro.
character.
That's amazing. So, like, that idea of, like, that's the main character, and, like, I'm supposed to, like, appreciate them in that way.
Yeah.
Right? It just, you'll never reach a reason for me for being fully justified.
I just
makes
think if you probably lost your wife and your daughter and lost everything that you were of mankind, even to where Sparta does disrespectfully.
But that's where I'm saying that Ashura goes through all, like, very similar shit with his own family, his own daughter, like, and he's using it as righteous anger. He's using it to, like, he's eradicating the gods.
Do you know anything about mythology?
Oh my god!
Oh no,
dude! Do you know?
You don't know
the
shit,
gods
dude.
were terrible, fucking
no,
rulers.
absolutely
Terrible.
Absolutely,
Humans were better off without them.
So I'm not saying the
he
facts.
saved humankind.
I'm
if you
saying
think about it.
that Ashura from Ashura's Wrath is a more interesting character
Yeah,
than
of course.
Kratos.
Yes.
Did you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Until
The
God
facts-
of War remake.
The facts of
God
the
of War
story-
remake
right.
made Kratos actually he had a lot of
grew
the
up.
same things,
He
right?
grew up.
Yeah, but he still had that darkness. Right?
Yeah, but it was
Huge
the whole
part
idea of his son being
was so
the thing that
changed
that
everything.
he has to teach.
Now
while
I
it teaches
care.
him everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
He has to teach restraint.
He had
While
no-
you had a trilogy of games where he was ripping
Right.
people's arms.
He had
off
no
out of
reason
So,
to live. Is
now
what I'm getting at.
retroactively I give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because it's the same Kratos.
Right.
But it
That's why I
needed
think
that
that
game
that
for me to care
it
about
needed-
Kratos as
that
a
reboot
as
is
a character.
Yeah.
genuinely.
No,
great.
I'm not saying he's like an Emmy Award winner or anything. That's not what I'm getting at. But I'm saying
No, he is now.
The importance of
No question on that
The
one.
importance of
No
why
question.
the anger was there. I think if you like break down everything, I think it was more than justified.
Yeah.
Because honestly, his own family, because Zeus is actually his dad.
Yeah.
Again,
Again, it's
justifies
not really. It's more of a judgment that I'm having on
This tyranny will keep
liking the
going.
character because of how they're dealing with.
Oh yeah.
You know
Like
what
on
I
the
mean?
on the second to second.
Yeah.
Because
Time
there's
spent with the
anti-hero,
character.
and then
Correct.
there's just darkness. Okay,
Right.
and you know, if the darkness is this character's entire motives and actions is against my own personal morality,
Right.
I probably am only gonna fuck with them up to a certain extent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Just on a personal level.
I just think
for me.
with
I think-
how many times he's
maybe even on a like analyzing the story.
I think it would be deeper once you like you said, analyze that story.
he's literally
You see that.
throughout the whole series he's losing someone.
Oh yeah.
And remember at the third game too, he loses Pandora, which is
yeah.
the very last person he gives a shit about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you can tell,
No,
like
his-
you can feel like he's just
His story is you
It's
know
fucked.
apathy. Entire
Yeah, it's sad.
apathy. The video game. He's also the God of War.
But I understand.
Dude,
I get
You know what I
you're
mean?
saying.
That was a
pretty
great
bro.
discussion, though, honestly, because it's all these
I
avenues
give
that
it
make
10 out of
characters
10.
interesting. And we needed God of War. We needed God of War Ragnarok. I still haven't
Yeah.
played it,
Yeah.
honestly, but I'm really
I haven't
excited.
beaten it. I haven't beaten
It's
it.
so good.
I got
Oh my
with-
gosh. I know. It's
I just
weird.
can't do the
DLC.
Well, I haven't played the DLC yet. Honestly, I just haven't got to it. But no, you know how we had the Valkyrie Queens?
Yeah.
Valkyries were
Oh my gosh.
crazy.
I suffered through that, and I just couldn't beat the very last one.
You couldn't beat the Queen.
In
Yeah.
the original?
The reboot, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reboot. Yeah. I remember for
'cause
like
it's the
5
queen.
days
It's the
straight.
queen.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah.
Valkyrie
Dorian,
queen.
Dorian was taking
You get
on
all
the
those,
quest of the Valkyrie Queen.
Mhm.
Right?
It's hard
It,
as
took,
fuck.
it was like 5 days straight. I heard
Yeah.
him screaming from my room here, right across the house, multiple times for like 5 days straight
Absolutely.
until finally, I beat him.
Yeah.
Like it was.
so
I ran into his room. I think you ran into.
Yeah,
it
I
was
was.
so hype, bro.
It was hype
Yeah.
as a bitch.
I
no
can't.
question.
I
know
just
the
don't have
feeling.
the patience for a
No,
game to
yeah.
kick my ass like that.
It's got to
every
be.
time.
I gotta really want it.
Yeah.
I gotta really want it.
But I did go hard on like the magma trials and all that.
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
So
Well, I'll
I
get
did did push.
I'll even chain to an example. I never beat the genocide run of Undertale.
Oh yeah,
because
because of sand.
Sans is
Yeah.
so fucking hard.
That Megalvania pumping in your
Have you
ear,
beat it?
dude. No, my little brother went crazy though. Drew,
Yeah.
he found an emulator
Oh, yeah.
online of the original of the fight, so you could reboot the fight. You didn't have to go through the whole So right when you died, you could redo it. And he studied the entire thing.
That's crazy.
He had like all of it memorized. So he beat it multiple times.
Right, he was there.
He was there.
You're right.
Just
Bro.
That's where some celebrities go,
I
bro.
forgot to scroll to the comments.
That's like when someone like mods like Left 4 Dead 2 to have like Homer Simpson coming at you.
Well, dude, we're so like I just gotta feel blessed.
That's such a good example, dude. Holy fuck. That's probably the best example I've heard. That's so funny.
Johnny's so
We used to
funny.
do Shrek running at us in Left 4 Dead, so it would be like the zombies were all Shrek, the big Shrek, the boomer. bro.
You're like, oh shit.
He's like, "What are you doing?" He like changed all the sounds and shit. That was
There was this guy. Can I talk about something real quick? There's this guy in League.
Are we recording?
Yeah, it's been recording.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Listen.
How much of that can we keep it? Like genuine.
We'll keep it all.
What were we saying the whole
Keep it
time?
all.
What was I saying?
Listen, I have to tell you that in the peak of sound design, because you just reminded me, okay? This is my favorite thing ever.
Just gotta write
with,
it down,
with a
bro.
game, okay? With like a mod. Was this guy, okay, in League of Legends. There is there's a woman announcer. And she's just the voice. So
It's like
every time you start the
pentakill,
game, exactly, right? It's kind of like Halo. It's that idea
Yeah.
of like, the guy who's like double kill,
Does it say like
triple kill?
an enemy has been slain?
Right. An enemy has been slain. Like I've heard
literally
it thousands
my
thousands of times, bro.
my older
over
brother
like
played
7 years.
Yeah.
Playing sometimes 10 hours a
all the
day,
time.
right? Yeah, double kill.
Yeah.
Triple kill. Shut down. Like
That's so
everything,
crazy.
right? This guy was one of my favorite. He was kind of later, probably the last 2 years of my league career. He started blowing up. He used to be a streamer. Then he started going in YouTube. He just made his YouTube videos were not his streams. He would stream, and he was probably like a step above.
What was
me.
his name?
I'd probably like say I was like a little above average, maybe. And this guy's like maybe a step above me. He's like a frequent like gold platinum player.
Wow.
Okay, if that goes up to like diamond, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember his name, but he was like this black dude. He's like kind of the Smash to what's his name?
Corey Kinson,
No, the guy who like was so into Smash and he just made
Berlizzi.
just videos that were out of this world. No, he was so funny.
Berlizzi was really.
He was the guy. Etika.
Etika. Dude, he was so into Smash, but Etika, dude, I was in that whole thing. I was a
watch Etika?
huge fan.
At
He
all?
played
He just made absurd.
He played
content
ARMS.
You've never seen.
He
before.
played,
But
professional ARMS.
he played games too. Like
he
it was
played
really
online
entertaining.
ARM videos. No one
Played his
of
underwear
his,
usually.
of his height was
Yeah.
doing streams of ARMS because it just come out and he really was like trying to get into it.
He'd post whenever he wanted to.
I
Like,
loved him so
that dude-
much, bro. Etika.
Yeah. So think that.
Right.
So whoever this guy was, okay, let's call him Jay, okay, because he has a Jay-like personality, okay, just very loud. He streams, honestly, like a drill, playing games, right? But that was this guy. So he decided just one day he was gonna post a YouTube video. He's like, I'm gonna come on. I got a little something I'm working on. Okay. He goes to this whole video and he showed like a preview that he's working on his own announcer pack.
What?
For League of Legends.
He was gonna voice it?
He was over. There was, if you go in the files, you could replace just the sound files for every announcer bit. It wouldn't break the game. The like if they do a check
this legal?
that there's no mods every time you do a startup, it would bypass all that because it's just a sound file. It's the same name, right?
Is it legal?
Totally legal. Okay.
Even though you're like kind of modding the game a little
But
bit?
you're not. And also, every time you update it, it replaces it anyway. So you can just replace it. And they do a mod check, like I say, anyway, because they're looking for things that affect the actual game. Because they allowed, like, you could mod, like, the HUD. You could, like, change the HUD by putting in new files if you're, like, really good at graphic design.
Yeah, like
replace
Fallout.
the graphics. Yeah. People do that shit all the time. You know the
Yeah.
Steam community.
No,
right?
I mean, I literally just went through it with, I was on Drew's ass. We worked all night to get all those Xenosaga games. Do you remember
Yes.
that story I told you?
Oh, yeah.
And he literally, it was like all these packs that people made
Right.
online.
Yes.
I had to like type in, I'm not good on Windows. I'm really not. Like, I
See,
can
I
do,
grew up on that.
I can
so
kind of
I'm
do
all
basics.
about Windows.
I know you know it like so much. And Drew knows it so much too. It's
Yeah.
like it's
keyboard shortcuts, all that, bro. It's like, yeah, like I'm not messing around when I want a PC.
I love that
Like,
shit.
yeah,
That's why I
no,
think you
it's
need
so
a
fun.
PC.
Yeah, I know. Like, truly.
Low key a desktop.
Well, let me
You
say
feel?
that with this
Something to
he
play.
finally
Power
comes out with it,
World
right?
on,
A
dude.
week later, he announces drops it for free
Yeah.
in the link to his YouTube video. So I patch it in, and I've got a pretty consistent group of like 5 guys. We're all playing League, bro. I pushed them to all install it. And at the time, do you remember there was a replacement for Skype? Because Skype is what everyone used, and it became before Discord. Oh, yeah. It was called Curse.
Yeah.
Curse voice.
Curse, yeah.
Right. But, that was like the new voice chat everyone used. So everyone's got Curse. Everyone's using the sound bit. Some guys, you know how like it is with Xbox Party Chat, right?
How old
you hear the echo sometimes of the announcers.
What year you think?
This is probably 2015.
2015?
2014, 2015. Okay. This announcer pack is the funniest fucking thing I have ever experienced in a video game ever. No like you come in, Summoner's Rift. Up in this motherfucker. No. Like that's how you start every game. Double kill. Triple kill. He just had the most animated voice. You could tell it was him, bro. He was born to do this.
Did it sound good? Like
it sounded amazing. Wow. The filter he put on it, it sounded like it was born to be in the game.
Like the announcer in Smash, kind of?
Yes.
Did you ever watch that guy too?
Yeah.
He did videos.
Well, he's the voice actor of Joker. It's Xavier.
Oh my gosh. Xavier?
Yeah, Xavier something. He's the voice actor for Joker. So Joker's like a silent protagonist with sound effects. Mm-hmm. So he makes like grunts and shit. Mm-hmm. He talks in the anime too. So same guy.
Yeah. You know he's got some legal shit.
He does Master Hand too.
Yeah. You know like Nintendo made him sign a waiver that's like you can't ever use his voice ever.
Nintendo being Nintendo.
They are so deep into that modding shit.
I'll have
they
to
will
like
not
pull it
allow.
up and show you guys some stuff because it's really fucking. You just start crying when you're playing the game.
I love that.
It's so fun.
I never really had an experience like that. I think where it was kind of like the modding of a game was like really enjoyable as much. Besides like Project M, which I had on a modded Wii. Yeah. But that's still different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, actually, it's funny you say that because one of these topics coming up is going to be all about mods. So
is that right?
Yes, absolutely. It was actually a potential topic for today. Nice. And I have a whole story because my entire modding career exists. I've actually gone very hard into like modding and you know what I found though? I'll be honest, for me and why I'm not really in it now, it takes away from the actual gaming. I get into something completely different, which is hardware modding and software modding. And it's very fun, right? I do have a peak gaming experience though, which was Brawl. It was Brawl
dude.
Minus.
Oh yeah, dude. Told me about this.
This was an entire summer of my college life. It was me and the boys obsessively modding Brawl. Changing mods. We'd change a mod, test it. Change a mod, test it. Change a mod, test it. We're on the whole community site of people building mods. Oh, you didn't like this character? Boom, there's a mod to swap him out to something you want. There's custom stages. All before
was that not a lot
ever
to
existed. Do, it took my whole set. Dude, it was so much time.
So you're doing a lot.
You're replacing files constantly. Right. You're like doing this shit. It's in the memory card. You gotta load it.
Tough.
Sometimes you can overload the amount of the data. Could be too much in a file, more than the natural amount, because like the data package is meant to be a certain amount that's read by the Wii U that plays well. Okay, it's like kind of more archaic technology, but it's designed to run a certain way. So if you fuck with it too much, i.e., you take maybe a character like Samus out. Okay. She has like maybe like a 3 megabyte file for all of her like movement and what it looks like. Yeah. So you take it out and you put in this custom character. Maybe it has 7 megabytes. All right. Now we're like tweaking with the game balance and it running at the frames per second it needs to. Right. Does that make sense? Yeah. Like you get in with like all this stuff. That's what makes it so addicting. Right. Because you're constantly tweaking it. And you feel like you're kind of like making a game within a game. It's totally different.
I love that, dude. That's so sick.
But Brawl we extensively played, and that was the most laugh out loud fun I've ever had with a fighting game ever. More than Ultimate is very close, and it's amazing because that's a stock game. Right. Yeah. I really want to mod it, but I feel like it would change Ultimate for me.
It definitely would.
It would.
The universality of
exactly. I would always want to play the
one
mods.
way to play.
I know that's how I'd want to play.
Is genuinely
it would make me not want to play base Ultimate probably ever again.
Exactly.
So I don't know if I'm ever.
It's kind of like my
to be honest.
With Drew's really locked into modded Minecraft right now.
Okay, true.
I'm a huge Minecraft fan. Yeah, obviously.
Who doesn't?
I love though base Minecraft to a degree deeper because those things aren't mods, right?
Yeah.
They're
kind
set
of
in
running it
stone.
exactly like running Minecraft like it's a game. I really like playing that like play style because I literally play into the story and you can literally like get into the vibe of I'm going to slay that fucking dragon.
Oh, yeah.
You start every like what can I do to get my way up so I can literally kill this thing as quickly as possible.
So that's like even like an extension of like because there's companies like Nintendo where they fought mods.
Right.
Okay? And then
I was going to ask that about that summer. Was there any legal shit that happened where you lost access to Brawl Minus?
No, absolutely.
They
not.
weren't on their ass at all?
No, bro. No, it was very unregulated, right? Like YouTube is like still very much growing, right? The internet is not what it is now. Definitely like 5G. No, bro. This is like 3G network. This is like just it's such a different time that it was so easy. That's how you know when modding is easy. That's when it's like largely unregulated. Like modding in NES, I bet that's the easiest thing in the world right now, and I don't even know how to do it. I bet you just like plug in something in the player 2 slot of the controller and boom,
Literally,
you're good to go.
Well,
right?
With like cars and stuff, you know the word for like how people would chip their ECUs?
No.
So they would take the ECU, the program the computer that runs the program that runs the engine's performance.
Oh.
And the timing
That
of the
plugs
engine.
It's like the...
Yeah, it's literally a computer
Like the
on your car
motherboard
that
of-
controls everything about the powertrain.
That's
And-
insane, by the way.
Cars have had them since the 90s, bro.
That's
That's
crazy, dude.
That's crazy.
I'm telling you, we literally...
Unappreciated.
It literally is like this thing with cars where they're such an incredible invention of humankind. They have
Oh,
literally like
Johnny
evolved
and I have
with
talked
us,
about this a
bro.
lot.
That is such an insane
he's got some
machine.
appreciation.
That's why I get into the things I get into.
I got my car outside for $2,000.
Right.
That's insane. It's a machine. It's a
machine.
fucking tank.
Yeah.
That's some of the
You
craziest
think
shit.
they're expensive, and then you're like, oh, it's actually like not that expensive for what it is.
Dude, for what you're able to access, for the amount of money, come on, I know cars are expensive right
You
now.
just got to take care of it.
Dude.
And for me, if I'm replacing something, I'm
Right.
putting something better in.
Right,
That's
right.
just me, though.
Yeah, no, that's
Can I
real
show
shit.
you guys something real quick?
Oh, that looks
Whoa, what the
insane.
fuck? Hold up, what?
Okay,
No,
also
CG.
learning how to drift in real life. Are you
Bullshit,
serious?
bro. He's
Yeah,
playing.
fuck
He's
this
playing.
guy.
Wait, he's playing, bro. That's fake,
He's just a
bro.
ninja, dude.
That ending, there's no way.
No way.
It looked like he was getting
He was
dragged.
literally, you guys see Sonic R, the Waluigi edit into Mario Kart Wii, where it's just Waluigi running until he's drifting like that, bro.
I don't know. I've struggled.
Dice is tough too.
Dice is tough. I do like dice. Here's the thing. I was practicing a trick. I have a trick now that involves 2 dice, where I can guess the 2 dice in your cup.
Oh yeah, you did it on me.
Right. I can
Yeah,
play it
that
for a
was
little bit. I
crazy.
get an algorithm now.
That was
The
crazy.
thing is, at the bar, everyone's drunk. Nobody can do the multiply by 5. That's a part of the algorithm.
Wow.
I have to do it. Nobody can do it. I'm not kidding. I've tried this trick on like 8 people, and 7 out of the 8 people cannot get past the times 5. The math is wrong, and then it ruins the trick because then I'm like, okay, these are your die. They're like, no. All right. What were your die? Boom. Running through the math. The math's wrong. Right?
Yeah.
And they're probably already drunk.
They don't get it.
what?
So that
Okay.
all the explaining
Yeah.
it ruins everything, right?
That's
I need something that feels like magic.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I don't know what to do with dice right now, other than betting. Betting's fun, guys.
Simplest things.
It's
I think this is perfect. Let's segue. If you guys are down,
Get to
we
the
would run the rendezvous right now. I think we should just segue into the newsflash.
Let's go.
What do you think?
I'm so down.
You
for it.
down?
I'm very down.
Sweet. Let's fucking do it, baby.
go, bro.
Joshy, you know what time it is.
Dude, you know what time
Johnny,
it is.
you know what
You
time,
know
it
what time
is,
it is.
baby. Guys,
course I
it's
know what
time for the newsflash, and you know what? We got a jingle. Johnny, you down to participate? This is a community jingle.
You know this, bro.
You know what? Here's the deal. If you haven't gotten it fresh up here, I think Josh and I got it down. So we'll just get a jingle going. and you just like add in whenever you see fit. You can even rap if you want to.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
No, you got
I got
it.
this
down
white
now.
boy got
Alright,
no beef.
I'll start.
Newsflash.
Newsflash.
Newsflash. Newsflash. Newsflash. Newsflash.
Oh, really?
Got some Newsflash. Baby, got a
Newsflash.
got a little news.
Got some news.
And then all the horns go out. Bunch of fireworks and shit.
Someone's on fire in the back.
Bum, 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 bum,
Drone
bum,
falls down.
bum, bum. Dude, I'm
Guys, we're here. We're at the Newsflash
Welcome
with
in,
the
everybody.
Joshimation Station.
welcome back to the Joshimation Station.
Joshy.
I'm glad
What
we're
do we
all.
got cooking
I'm glad
today,
we're all
baby?
logged in, the three of us.
Yeah,
I
me
think
too.
this is going to be a very
I'm logged and
wonderful,
clogged.
wonderful discussion. So I got a couple things.
Okay.
Obviously, I wanted to ask you where you want to place when we're talking about Power World.
So this
Because that's
is,
my that's my biggest thing
Yeah.
that I want to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. So here's the deal. Today's main topic.
Yes.
To be honest, there's a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I felt like to maybe have a different style of adding free reign to
Sure.
all the discussion of the news this week.
Mm.
I thought you would do as you do of taking the reins and whatever direction. And if you want to like headline this week, if
So
you want
down.
to start with it, do what you want to do. And I'm going to tailor our main topic really into the rest of the news that I found this week.
I'm so down.
And if we got any crossover, then we'll obviously just cover it whenever you bring it up.
I'm so down,
Down?
for that, bro. Yes,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. Let's
Easy
get it
biz.
cooking, baby.
Easy biz.
Okay. Joshy, take it
And,
away. Can I also say, by
yes.
the way, it is Phoenix, Arizona.
It
all right?
is, yes.
So for the weather report, real quick,
Hold up.
it got amazing last weekend.
Wow, it was
But
so nice.
there's a little bit of unfortunate news this week, my friends. If you are also in Arizona, we got a couple weeks ahead of us. We're jumped up by another 20 degrees.
Jeez and
So,
Pete,
yeah, we're looking at the high today, my friends, 106.
Oof.
Rough. I will say,
okay.
the lows is what's getting lower. All right, we're looking at a low of 76 tonight, which that's 10 degrees lower than it was last week. I will say that much. But it was looking beautiful over the weekend. We're weeks away before that is permanent, and I cannot wait. All right.
Yes.
So I will end the weather report there, Joshy.
I'm with it. It also was so nice at Fate. We had the big giant doors open. We have these big doors that open from each side of the bar, so we have an outside bar too, right?
Yeah.
But it closes, and the outside door is outside, obviously. So it's just nice to have that open.
Wait.
it was so open.
Where is it?
It's
Outside.
outside.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah.
inside.
But unless you open the door,
Right.
and then it's inside
it's-
and outside.
But
That's why it was nice, because of the weather. Because it's inside and outside.
yeah,
Okay.
Right?
I got the
think
picture.
So. I think so.
I got it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say a couple little things.
Say it.
We're gonna have a couple things to say before we want to get into it, because I wanna get into the potential, not to spoil what other articles we have planned, but I want to get to the
Meat?
the Switch 2 a little later.
Oh,
You feel me?
yes.
So what if I report on something about like the One Piece live action coming?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Which some huge things for the season 2, which is being filmed right now. They casted. You should
So
know.
excited.
Yeah, you should know some of these characters. Do you know Crocodile from One Piece? Did anyone ever tell you about him?
Crocodile.
He's
I don't
like-
think so.
No, he's like a sandman.
Okay.
He has sand. Oh fuck. Maybe you might not know him. What about Nico Robin? Do you know her?
Nico Robin.
She's strong.
Sounds. Maybe I've heard. The name
Yeah.
souns familiar.
Dude,
But
yeah.
I don't know. Couldn't recall
No,
a
absolutely.
feature. Not even one.
No, sir.
Uh-uh.
No, but yeah, her she was casted for live action.
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Okay.
which is she's one of the main Straw Hats, which is really exciting. And
Hell yeah.
Crocodile is being played by. Do you remember the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies?
Yeah.
Remember the guy who played Flash, Thompson, the guy who fights him in the hallway. And he like
Yes.
when he first gets
yeah.
his powers and he like zooms
Yeah.
out to the fly that's flying and he's like dodging his hand.
Yeah.
So crazy, by the way. That's the actor. It's the guy who
He's
played
the bully.
Flash Thompson in Spider-Man, bro.
Wow.
So if you guys
Okay.
want to take a look, this is a picture that shows the actor's name, which is crazy because Oda has said that if Robin were from the real world, she'd be Russian, and they got a Russian actress that literally looks just like her.
Yeah.
Dude,
And,
I've seen this guy in movies a
Dude,
lot.
yeah, he was in like
This is like the guy with like the
He's in-
perfect fucking body, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
he's in,
like,
Magic
he
Mike.
plays, yeah, bro,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's what he's in.
In
Yeah,
any,
yeah.
like, I took film as literature.
You seen that one, bro?
It's
a good-
Yeah, I took film as lit in high school, and like talked a lot about like
Had to give it a
there's
moment.
tropes that they try to fit in movies, right? And so there's actors that label themselves as the trope.
Right.
So this guy's like the
He's
beach
the
body.
beach body, beautiful man with
Exactly.
cut.
Yeah, always
big
comes
pack,
out with that
yeah.
smile. And he's like,
Yeah.
hey. And he's also tall as hell.
So-
right? Like, are you serious?
He's got everything
Yeah.
going.
yeah, everything.
So that's
Yeah,
pretty.
right?
That's
His nut
pretty.
sack's probably
Yeah.
small.
That's pretty cool for this character, Crocodile.
But he's actually a
who's-
pretty good actor. Sorry.
Well, it's all good, bro. I don't want to say anything, anyways, man. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. I mean, it's perfect for it, right?
So he's playing Crocodile though.
Yeah. He's called Mr. Zero because he's like the leader of the whole. Like he's the Giovanni of this group called.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like the leader.
He's a
a king. No, like
pirate?
Yeah, he's a pirate, but he's kind of like a.
captain?
Yeah.
He's the captain?
He's a
Of
captain.
Of a crew?
Yeah, but like he's like a military, not military. Fuck, he's like a gangster kind of. You know what I mean?
Oh, like
he's
in a gang.
yeah, it's like his gang.
Al
Yeah,
Capone
who all
over
have
here?
rankings and they're all numbers. So he's Mr. Zero, so he's on top.
Oh.
I was trying to explain that part.
Got it.
So he's
Got
a
it.
leader. Of
I
the
think I
gang?
understand. It's like Rocky, but with a zero. He's actually on top.
Exactly.
Got it.
Let's go, baby.
I understand that.
nailed it.
That's what I'm talking
Right
about.
off the bat.
I got you.
Anyway, so pretty cool
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
That was
That's
pretty
cool.
big. There were other characters
That's
that were
huge.
announced,
I'm
but
stoked.
nothing that really caught my attention. Me personally, also the next JJK chapter is the last chapter of the entire story. So
Shit.
it's coming to an end. It has one chapter left.
How many seasons does it have already?
Not
I
a
would
lot.
say, well, it's 2 seasons and a movie, but I'd say for the rest of the series, it might be like 2 more seasons.
How many episodes?
How many episodes?
Yeah.
It's 26 and then 26, right? Or it's 24?
I think it's 24.
24?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it is. 24 for the first season, and then, or is it? Was it? Yeah. 24. And the second season was like 24 too, right?
I think wasn't it 12?
Or it could have been shorter. Maybe it was 18? I don't remember.
I thought it was shorter. I
Yeah.
thought it was like 12, honestly.
I don't remember, but yeah, if you haven't seen that one, that's a really fucking incredible show,
Oh yeah.
and I'm really
Really?
excited to see
I'm shocked.
the end. I hate this show, dude. It's trash.
I'm actually
Mid-
shocked right now.
Mid JK.
This guy
bro.
likes JJK.
Mid JJK.
bro.
It's so
You
bad.
know what the funniest part though always is that he hated JJK.
I
did.
hated
He
it.
did.
so much.
hated it.
It's funny because
He
when I
did
first
not-
met him, he talked shit about
Yeah,
it.
it was like he's like,
Openly,
don't bring
was
it up.
trash,
Openly.
bro, 'cause
Yeah.
it was.
Get-
I will agree though. I just rewatched the whole thing. I rewatched the entire thing, and in sub as well. So I never saw any of
18th
them
time.
for the 18th time.
Yeah.
Only maybe like 17th. No, it's 18th definitely for sure. No, but rewatching it, it was just kind of a slog through the first season again, low key. Like I was watching it through the eyes of someone who hadn't seen the stuff that came before it,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I'm practicing that perfect watch order. Remember?
Right.
It's perfect. I swear, it makes the whole experience
Fuck yeah.
so incredible, bro. And I'm so happy.
By design, baby.
I know, bro.
Yeah. Well.
But
it's
yeah.
beautiful.
No,
It's beautiful.
this ending hopefully will be good.
Yeah.
hopefully.
Well,
One
even
week. Six.
yeah,
6
I'll
days.
probably stick to the watch order rather than restart. To be honest.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro.
As you've said many times. No, that is that's super hype, and
Very cool, right?
I'm kind of hesitant to always like call now with anime in any medium now. Really, what is the ending? Because these whole part one like trope that started happening like 10 years ago is everywhere. So you know what they do with AOT was like, I love it. Okay, for what it is, but come on, bro. Like, you know, it was like season 3, and after season 3. There is so much, and it's really one season, right? Yeah. It's really like...
Are you talking about which one? Which one?
Like, so it breaks from season 3 of AOT, and it ends, and how it ends, it's pretty peak, right?
Right.
You maybe could have even done like a sequel there, but no, it's obviously not done. Then they wrap up, they go season 4, have a completely different turn.
Oh, you're talking about
how it's like,
it just is a whole new show.
Yeah, and then how they even name it. The final season part 1, the final season part 2, the final season special part 1.
It's genuinely
the final season special.
Crazy.
Part 2.
Because
finale.
Even just having that title for something that changes to such a dark kind of like dystopian or even like metaphorical idea for like a society, right? It becomes such a like it's saying something really loud, and you don't know what that is in the first 3 seasons. And so calling it the final season is just so epic to me because it's not. It's not. I know.
Okay,
I think it's like so.
I think it's epic.
Because you think about it, it's the end.
But doesn't it kind of like taint it a little bit?
It does taint it
when it's like you have been
two,
hearing the final season for 3 years. Hear me out, bro. Right? Like you're like, oh, this is the new AOT, the final season. Mom, in the other room. I thought the last one was the final season. Right? Like it's like that feeling.
I agree.
It gets kind of tainted,
but you got you're absolutely right.
But respect, like I said,
I'm gonna burn it down.
If you rewatch it, I feel like it really makes it kind of epic. You know what I mean?
It does.
Because it's set up as this, once the threshold of finding the freaking, what's that called? The basement?
Yeah.
Once that gets done, it's a whole different show.
The whole...
It's literally saying it's the end,
Boom.
right?
Yeah.
So it's, if you look at it like that, I think it's kind of
tough. If you
you got
to think about it this way.
I do.
You did tell me one day that one of your favorite guitarists is Ozzy Osbourne, right?
Yes.
Right?
Asterisk. It's not Ozzy himself. It's the guitar player for Ozzy.
But he always picks good people to guitar for.
Yeah, there's a couple faves on there. Yeah, absolutely.
But
Rose
how many times did people were hinting that Ozzy's last tour was this time, or remember when he took kind of a little bit of a break and now he's starting to make more new music now?
Right.
That's like. Still being an Ozzy fan, you can still be an AOT fan. That could be something new too.
No, for sure. Yeah.
Wow, that's actually a really cool way to put it. I actually really like the way you said that.
Yeah, I'm like,
that's a cool.
Wow.
That's a great way to say that.
Yeah. I'm on board.
Yeah, I think there's something to find that's kind of new, right?
Sorry, I reached out there for a minute.
No,
I feel like it kind of goes down to like you know what? Fuck it. Let's move on.
Dude, that's so funny.
I'm satisfied to end there.
That's so funny.
What else you got, buddy?
Yeah, let's see. So I don't know. You probably have something reported about this, but this is from Kotaku. Netflix teases another Cyberpunk 2077 anime following runaway success.
Oh no, I did not see this.
This is a brand new anime that we have nothing for. I'm gonna pull up the video. I'm gonna turn all maybe the sound off. But there's a YouTube video. The article kind of just goes into it, but I kind of want you guys to see what it looks like because it's nothing. It's really, they don't show anything. Netflix, Cyberpunk.
Do you think it'll be like an art change?
I think it's going to be not connected as much to Edge Runners, because it's not even Studio Trigger, which is the people who did Edge Runners. They're insane.
Oh, okay.
So it's something kind of like low key.
Okay, that was sick.
Dude,
that was
crazy,
a sick
right?
ending too.
So, yeah, just a teaser. It's almost like an announcement.
Yeah.
Right? It's not, there's nothing to be shown. It's kind of like when Metroid Prime 4 was announced. It was kind of just a clip of a 4 showing up, you know what I mean? It's that kind of same vibe of like, there's nothing for it yet.
It's
maybe concept art. It's a teaser for the idea of going through with the project.
Absolutely.
I don't even think there's a studio on it yet. Netflix is just announcing that they are in works of a cyberpunk anime.
Okay.
So
baby.
speculation has come up, obviously, because we already had a cyberpunk anime. How much of this new show will be connected, right? Good question. What if it's Cyberpunk Season 2? Some people are saying that. I don't believe so. From everything that I've kind of seen and kind of the way that Netflix has announced things in the past, it just doesn't really feel like that's kind of what they're going for. I think they're trying to do something a little bit more new, maybe even in a dark and grittier style, kind of like Castlevania, because that's also something that like I feel like Netflix is like interested in, is like having different stories about Night City.
Yes.
It's not, David isn't like the most important character, right?
No.
I just felt like they would have said more if it was season 2. They would have said Edge Runner season 2.
Absolutely.
Just that vibe, because we really don't know much.
No,
about
they would have made it obvious.
but it says
that it's a
return
sequel,
to Night
right?
City, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
So,
The same universe?
yeah, I mean,
Same city in the game, I guess.
there's only one city in Cyberpunk. Like the whole world is in California. It's Night City.
Yeah.
And the other part
right.
is like wastelands and shit.
It's like Midgar.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy
Yeah, dude. Like the desert.
VII. Yeah.
That's exactly it.
No, that's literally it, bro.
So you know
They
the
got the
vibe.
monsters
It's like,
out there, bro.
Uh-huh.
it's like
Yeah.
some bad guys.
It's the safe haven.
It is,
Prison.
but it's also a prison.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Distillery.
So
Shinra.
just for me personally,
Not to have anybody, but Shinra.
literally, me personally, it's very exciting, and I hope to see some really cool animation. Some good storytelling, hopefully. Using the success of Edge Runners to a good degree.
Did you watch the first one?
I watched like 3 episodes of it.
Okay.
You gotta watch it.
I do like it.
Dang, dude.
Recent I watched it. It's really good, actually.
It's worth a rewatch.
It doesn't end how... It's not predictable
No,
at all.
no
It's really
part of
good.
that.
Yeah.
And it's only like 9 episodes. It's a short one, bro.
Yeah.
Short as a
I think it is
bitch on a
9.
stick.
Very bingeable.
Swear.
I know. That's where I'm at with Paranoia.
Paranoia Goat Gent Peak. Peak Gent.
What else you got, baby?
Honestly, that's kind of where my ear side of the corner kind of stopped right there.
Ear side of the corner.
My ear side of the corner. So I was hearing these things, right?
Oh, okay.
I mean, I also would like to talk. I don't know if you talked anything about The Last of Us Season 2 or anything.
No. I saw a headline, though, so this is perfect. Have you seen the leaked images of what is most likely, it's basically been confirmed by a lot of like dev teams, and then it's like being told word of mouth, but it looks really
There's
real.
some serious
images of
evidence
the
out here.
Switch.
Show
2.
me.
Have you
I
seen
got
it?
him.
Nope.
I've got him
Okay.
coming.
I'm usually on top of this.
2 leaks. I got it right here, Joshy.
Oh, you got him?
Pulling it up. So I got the Switch
Does it have
2
the
leaks,
picture?
right? Oh, yeah. So,
Whoopsie.
I forgot that was down there. Here, I'll just take it.
Oh. What just happened?
Everything. It's always like something falls, and it's like, oh no, it's falling. Did I get you guys bad? Or
No,
you guys
no.
A little bit on my toesies, but I feel
My,
so bad for how much.
My foot is soaked.
My feet are a little
You
wet.
get a towel. There's a
Towel.
There's a towel right to the left of the fridge in the bottom shelf.
Left to the.
Listen, if I commit such a sin, I need to be able to bask in it
This is
the entire episode.
This is the type of quality you get.
Shit happens.
This is the type of quality you get at the old.
God.
The old
People
flat
probably
fee.
are hating us right now.
Ball game. This is so fucking funny.
This is hilarious, bro.
Oh my gosh.
You have to keep this in.
Oh my
have
gosh.
to.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, I couldn't be.
This is a dream. All right. Well, since we're here.
And we're back.
And we're back.
We're back. Johnny, so look at these. So this is kind of basically an image right here of what the front looks like, okay? So it kind of looks like a more refined... If you can pull up, like, you got all the images? Okay.
I got them all pulled up.
Yeah.
I'm just, shout out Arlo. I'm
Shout
using
out
this
Arlo.
video because he literally went through every single picture,
Yeah.
reel, all talked about.
Yeah.
It's the 15th.
I just want to show Johnny a
minute video.
real quick...
So I'm just gonna run you
brief
through
images of
all these, and you can
differences.
hold on to
It
them.
looks like a sleeker Switch,
Right.
right? It's got the same button layout. But remember the reports of it being magnetic,
Yeah.
right? So that's why Josh said great segue, because we were talking about the magnets this
Yeah.
morning. This
So if you want to look
showcases
at that a little
the
closer.
magnets
Look at that a little closer. You can zoom in if you need to. Yeah. So that's the kind of 3D design. Isn't that for cases, right?
That's for what it would actually look like.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's being like printed and shit? Or you think that these copies are here?
I think that it's just a 3D like AutoCAD is like would be the program. Like this is the model, right? The actual model. Look, Arlo, almost certainly real. Yeah. So pull up.
You did a voice for. That was a good voice.
Not bad.
It sounded like Arlo.
Can you pull up a picture of the Joy-Con?
I've got these pictures too.
Okay, perfect. So this is like an actual leaked picture of what looks like the side of it.
Holy shit, bigger.
Look at the middle.
Look at
it's
that
like
button,
this,
dude.
And look how big the shoulder buttons.
These shoulder buttons are massive, right?
Damn.
And I think that look at that. That back one has got to be what you were talking about, that fat button. So if you look...
Can you show them the mold of the fat button?
So this right here, see how big those jut out? Because this is like a shell. See, the buttons are gone.
Dude, whoever took this damn picture sucks.
Yeah, they should have taken a better picture.
Fucking
were they shaking when they were doing that? Jeez.
Yes, bro.
Must have been an earthquake.
Yeah, another cool thing is that this piece is going to be so jutted out that the numbers are going to be viewable from when you're holding the controller. See that? So, pretty crazy.
It is crazy.
I want to show the back too, if you guys want to look at it.
I really like that design, by the way.
Oh, dude, it looks so sick.
Although, I don't know if it would actually show that, because if you look at the model here, Joshy, it doesn't show that.
Yeah, because it's magnetized to the inside. So the magnet's kind of like fat.
Oh, so you can see it, you mean when you're holding it?
Only when you're... Yeah, that's what I was trying to show you. It's indented. So you see how it's like thicker? No. It's much thicker.
Yeah.
The lights are on the outside. So when you pull it out, you're going to have like a tiny controller. Bigger, fatter buttons.
It's a bigger Joy-Con.
It's a bigger Joy-Con.
Pull up that back right now.
I got this right
Johnny.
here.
Okay.
So look at these.
Johnny, what do you think those are?
Look at these buttons right there. See those on the back? That's the, there's the shoulder, trigger. Then there's the trigger, yeah.
But what's this?
This one right here.
The hell
you know what I'm saying? So see how big they are comparatively.
So that's a negative ground release.
Ooh, that would be so tough.
Exactly.
So tough.
If I don't know what a ground release is, but I'm guessing
it's like pulling it up.
It grounds it. It will like ground out the circuit. So there's it's electronic magnet.
Dude, that is peak, bro. I'm telling you, that's what it is.
Okay.
It's like crazy technology, right?
I was thinking it was a lever mechanic. So because
you think it was like
you said, where because he's like, well, how would that be a thing? And I'm like, well, my thinking is Nintendo is not going to release this unless they are confident that you can hold the Switch with one hand on one Joy-Con. So the magnet's got to be strong, right? Yeah. So you're talking about these magnets, which brought this up because I said, well, I know there's magnets that are so strong you have to slide them. They won't come off like this way, right? Mm-hmm. That's got to be the type of tech they're going to put in this thing, okay? And so to release it, I didn't think about what you said, but that could be a method.
What are you saying? I think that's what it is.
What I said was a lever that literally pushes it and does the separation.
But Sam, look. So there's no slide off on the top or the bottom.
Right in.
It goes right in. Mm-hmm. So it wouldn't be able to slide, like you're saying.
What if you pressed into that trigger?
Yeah.
And on the inside of the controller, it literally has a nub mechanism that pushes itself.
It could be the case
off of the Switch.
Right.
Like a physical.
It could be.
I'm going to stay on my bet because that is what I said. But I think Johnny might be right.
I like what you guys are both saying.
But Johnny might be right.
I'm sticking on it.
I'm just a redneck.
I think you're right because that's the technology.
I just don't know.
That's the new. It has to be something new. It can't just be.
The only thing about that is I think those kinds of magnets are either expensive or they're either... Like, they might draw too much power to stay...
But technology is advancing every day.
Most hardware is initially sold at a loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be just so ahead of its time. I don't think the Switch would be just like
I hear
holding on to this.
Price side. That'd be
price side could be rough, but also they're throwing some crazy tech in that Switch, and they kept it almost $300.
You're right.
There's an AR camera in each one of those Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
Those Joy-Cons have HD rumble. The whole Switch is a Wii U that's portable. Like, this thing's crazy, right?
That doesn't mean they you can just swing around like, oh, it's dated now.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not saying it's dated. I'm saying that technology has furthered, right? In different areas. Yeah. So it's probably going to be mostly the same technology from the Switch because they got that shit down to a T. They were selling Switches for pretty cheap towards the end of its life.
Besides their storefront.
Besides their storefront.
The balls that...
the fucking cojones.
The Switch actually has, like the actual RAM.
No, you're right. But I think it's an upgrade in that sense and an upgrade in the physical detachment sense. There's a reason that levers aren't so helpful. I'm so excited for this break. Thing. Levers break. If we could have some kind of digital magnet,
you're right.
It could keep the life of Joy-Cons for so much longer. Slipping is a real thing I experienced after you use any piece of technology for too long.
I think it's got to be a lock, though, right?
That's what the button is. It's a lock.
Friction.
But a lock on the button. Because if
like a physical
the Joy-Con the side, it feels too easy.
I bet you it's a button that.
But these come out this way, not up or down.
Right, but like I'm saying, could you imagine holding it on the side?
Oh, like holding it down.
Hit that trigger on that side of yours, fucking around, and you're holding it, and then
I think you have to push it in.
Yeah, it would have to be it's gonna be like pretty. It's gonna be pretty like high grade. Like
so, you see your trigger. You need to reach around and push it.
You have to like push pretty hard too. I think it's gonna be like a physical button that changes.
I hope so, man.
I hope so too. But those pictures they show some cool shit, man.
They do, bro.
They show some really cool shit.
Joshy, are you bringing up Power World now?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. I wanna ask Johnny a little bit about his opinion on Power World. Yeah. Because you are an avid listener of this show. We do have him for like 10 more minutes. You're right. But I just want to say you have heard me many times say that there is no merit for any kind of copyright strike towards Power World. There really is zero merit. I believe. And I believe that up until this point. And what recently changed on do you have the date of when it happened?
It was like the announcement. Days ago?
Yeah, about 3 days ago, right? It was the day that the podcast was coming out, right?
It was, right? Like the day after we recorded.
It was the day after we recorded, bro. Right after we recorded. Yeah, so it was like a Wednesday or something.
Okay.
So when this happened, I was blown away because what I first heard was that it was a copyright strike, right, Sam? That's what we kind of heard at first.
I actually got the whole story next morning. I didn't hear copyright strike. I heard the patent strike.
Yeah, Drew called me and told me. And he was like, there's a copyright strike. I looked it up. Some early...
this was September 19th.
Wow.
So actually 5 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So exactly what are they trying to copyright about?
So it's... Yeah, let's get into it.
Let's dive in.
Let's dive in right now.
The mechanism of the game, or
well, what's funny is I'll allude to we don't know.
Truthfully,
there's a reason for it. So it's bullshit. Is what.
Do you want to hear my quick little opinion about the whole thing?
Yeah.
And this is just quick. Like,
no, I'm.
Well, you don't even know it
should
yet.
sue. Yeah. So, if anyone should sue Pal World, I think it should be Ark.
No, low key, bro. Literally, it's
hot take, bro.
It has it's low key Ark with like a skin of Pokemon.
Yeah.
It really is taking so much.
I don't care what people say.
Yeah, I agree completely. But it's taking so much from every side, guys. This is what game design should be: an indie company that just makes something about that holds everything while also being different. Come on.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about here. So let's get into
You want me
this.
to dive into the article?
Let's get into the article.
Yeah, okay. So, Power World developer Pocket Pair. By the way, this is from IGN. The title is Power World developer Pocket Pair responds to Nintendo Pokemon lawsuit. Says it's unaware of the patents it's accused of infringing.
Wow.
All right? But they did send a response. So basically, I'm not going to skim this article because I was pretty on top of it that morning.
Oh, yeah. You
so I'll brief what I remember. Okay. And I'll give you like the actual written response of Pocket Pair because I respect what they said. I understand PR, but I still think there's heart in what they said. And I think it was legitimacy. Also based on how they've communicated with the media and fans and like the public since like they've come out, right? Yeah. Basically saying, okay, really give us a chance here and you'll see it's not Pokemon. Right. And even fans like you and me being like, okay, clearly this is not Pokemon.
No.
And if anything, I've played other games that are more Pokemon-like, right? So what happened was that morning, a lawsuit was presented to the Supreme Court in Japan or whatever, or in Tokyo, that and they have their own unique, similar but unique judicial law system over there. Specifically for copyrights, right? Specifically for an opposing party. And generally the sad case I have found out is that in the Japanese legal system, if you are going after somebody, so you're like on the opposing side, I would say, right? I don't want to say antagonist, but you know, you're going after somebody.
You're technically
generally, the attacker in the case. Okay, there's a name for it. I'm sorry, I'm not a lawyer.
It's okay.
Spacing me. Yeah, it's like not like the defendant. Okay, but like the plaintiff, complainant, something.
The accuser.
The accuser?
Sure.
The accuser. So if you're the accuser...
Because they're accusing them
generally in Japan, you will win. There's like an 85% win case across the board, especially if you're a company, okay? And you're a big deal. So what's happening is Nintendo and Pokemon jointly put in a lawsuit against Pocket Pair, okay? And all that the lawsuit states and what they were served as a company was it states that they're being sued based on infringement on patents, not copyright. That's huge because copyright would be Pokemon itself. That would be the intellectual property of the way these characters look. Right. That's what the argument was always about with the Pokemon thing. All these look really similar. And Joshi repeatedly saying, trust me, if they had any merit, it would have already happened.
I literally, it wouldn't come out.
Yeah.
The game would not come out. Any kind of, thing about it.
Yeah.
If they had merit.
Right.
So this is not that case. We're not even in a case like that.
So, to basically now, that's all the hard facts we know about this case, okay? Yeah. And then I have a statement, okay, directly from Pocket Pair to the fans and to, basically state where they're at publicly with all this. And I'll read that, but before I do, I want to say that really it's all speculation, okay? Because in the Japanese court system, they don't have to really reveal unless they convince them otherwise or they settle, okay? But they don't have to reveal what these patents are until the actual court case is live, which is crazy. So you have to go off of speculation and do your research on what you think you're infringing on and try to prove a case on that.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does, but
it doesn't, right?
But it doesn't.
It's kind of
exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
It's kind of so. You know what I actually learned in doing this rabbit hole is that the game series by Nintendo, Ace Attorney, right, with Phoenix Wright, and it's a big meme. It's always objection, right? That whole game series, I guess, is a satire on how fucked the system is in Japan. About how every antagonist in it, because you're always like the defendant, right? And so the antagonists, they always pull some bullshit evidence out as the last second, right? And it's like, oh, this is unfair. Yeah, I guess this is why.
Right.
Yeah. So that's where we're at in the speculation. The hardest thing we really have, and it's been really cool because what the community's done, and you saw it too, is there are really smart people in this community, and so lawyers or people who are studying to be lawyers are coming forth and being like, hey, so you didn't hear any legal advice from me, but this is public knowledge, and just say things or do their own homework.
Oh yeah.
So this one guy did his own homework and said basically it's probably the catching mechanic. Okay. But Joshi, can you give a briefing on the catching mechanic real quick?
Absolutely, yeah. So it is set up where you are throwing a ball, but it's got this almost did you ever look into Arceus? Kind of the way it's. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. That was taking out the trash. My bad, guys.
I think it's every episode.
It might be. I keep thinking we might be done before 9. I'm sorry.
Hey, no, it's always a softball.
Then we know where we're at. But just really quick, it's free catching, so you don't have to jump into a battle like Pokemon. You don't picture it like a Pokeball has to come out during a battle, right? You have the ability to throw it at any time and hit any part of their body.
Can you miss?
You can miss. You can miss a lot, actually. They can hit your ball away. It's almost like Pokemon Go in that way. You know how they had those attacks? So, yeah. And then once that happens, it's a kind of a 2-tick where it shows you the percentage of the likelihood that it will
shows you the
catch.
Yeah.
And then it has either a boost or it tells you like it's barely gonna work, right?
Yeah.
Or it just doesn't have.
Okay, and be absolutely real. Does it feel like Pokemon when you're doing it, or is it like okay?
The closest.
It's a twist.
The closest.
It feels different.
Yeah, exactly. It's a twist for sure. The closest I can say is Arceus, and Arceus doesn't even have that.
Could you say
feeling of like the amount of kind of timers you would be having at one point? You know what I mean?
Does it feel like you're playing like Fortnite and you're throwing a grenade at someone?
I didn't use grenades too much, so most of the weapons that I was running with did have some vibe of Fortnite.
I meant the ball itself.
Oh, the ball itself? Yeah, it's not like a grenade. It's kind of like
but like how it feels, like in
how it feels to throw. Yeah.
Does it seem like is it mimicking Arceus?
I wouldn't say it's mimicking. I would say it kind of feels. It feels kind of like how you like throw something in like any kind of game, like a game of like even if you're throwing like like a bag or like you're throwing a boogie bomb or something in Fortnite, it has that kind of like vibe to it. I wouldn't say it's like exclusively like the way Arceus feels, because to be honest, a lot of that time in mainline Pokemon games, the most I've ever felt was Arceus. It's really not about throwing the ball.
No,
you know what I mean.
No.
It's about getting into the battle, and then they kind of brought it in Scarlet where you can get a backwards catch and then you'll have a turn before their turn, but it kind of ends at that. It ends as much as like getting into a battle. Yeah. So that was not the vibe. It was more like Arc, the way that you run into those creatures in the wild.
Oh shit.
Yeah, literally it's like, oh fuck. Some of them more peaceful than others, right? So it never felt like Pokemon. Pokemon has that style. It's doing something. You're catching creatures in a ball, but I'm not kidding. Most of the similarities end there. When it comes to the catching mechanic itself. I'm not thinking about numbers or thinking about that kind of vibe in real time with Pokemon.
Right, okay.
It just doesn't happen.
Yeah, so
that's the closest theory. Right?
I'm very curious. I think this will be history. Is what I think is going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and I think there will be more coverage on this show about
Something
it
big
because some big's happening. This isn't, there just was another headline this week, and we talked a little bit about it last week, but they just won a lawsuit some years ago. This won the settlement, or whatever, of like some multi-million-dollar deal because of a copyright issue, And that has happened all the time. There's histories of that all the time on every medium, not just video games.
Oh, yeah.
But this... I don't know, bro.
This could be a moment.
I'm very curious to see how this case goes down.
This could be a moment in even just like Japan's history of law, in the same way that the ESRB was extremely important when it happened.
Yeah.
This is genuinely, it could be a make or break for my theory of indie, which is what I've been running the entirety of this Flash Bros podcast. Is this idea that a large company can only compete enough. That's the whole basic idea.
Well, depending on whatever they charge them with.
It's right, yeah. That's what it comes
down to. So depending on whatever they charge them with, I'm on the same story on what you're going with.
Yeah.
But like it's pretty bad that Nintendo feels like they have to do that.
No, it's terrible. Nintendo is one of the most
they're looking profitable. For sure. I honestly have this fear kind of on the inside of just because I'm really deep in the whole Power World community, sub to the subreddit.
Oh yeah.
But the whole vibe really is like there's it just feels like some injustice, right?
It does.
Possibly even like pulling something from the new update and trying to make a case because it was newer, or something.
My guess is
or like
cooking
some stupid. I've heard as much as it being something small, like they copyrighted a boy catching Pokemon or a character catching Pokemon like creatures in petals or something, right?
Wow.
In petal trees. It could be something that small that they even did after the game came out, right?
Okay.
Just kind of making that claim.
Well, okay, let me ask this question. and then we'll break here, so we can do a send off for Johnny.
For our beautiful man Johnny.
But
Johnny Brown.
then we'll come back and we'll.
Sounds
finish
like I'm
with the
dying.
article.
Yeah,
It
We'll miss
sounded
you,
like
buddy.
he's
We'll miss
dying
you.
a lot. I think
Oh
the
my
last
God.
episode he was on too. It was like,
yeah.
Johnny's no longer with us.
Johnny's
bro.
no longer with us. He literally said that, bro.
He's gone.
It's like, no, he died.
He's gone, bro. No, I want to ask prediction without going too deep or as deep as you want.
Sure.
Who will win the case?
Now this is a hard prediction to make. It really is,
It's
because what I want to say deeply.
I know what you want to say.
is-
I think I know what we all want to say.
is Pocket Bear coming on top.
Do you think they have a chance?
I think they do. I definitely
do?
do. I think they do, because I think this is, possibility to kind of like call for a monopoly of some sort, of like the Pokemon team kind of monopolizing what an indie game is able to do.
Can I add in a fact I read when I was
please.
on Reddit? Somebody said, I don't know if it has merit, but somebody said that Nintendo, I guess as of right now, can last 40 years still doing what they're doing without making any profit before they would need to actually start making money.
Wow.
Well,
That's how well off they are as a company.
Right.
if they're
With all the studios they have.
Oh, with everything.
Can you imagine? 40 years.
I can, man.
Making multi-million-dollar games.
Think about
That's how much money they got.
They keep every game at $60, dude.
Yeah.
They don't need their money. They are not.
So I'm with you. The monopoly thing, it's huge.
It's a
because,
huge
like, dude,
concept.
how much do you need to control here?
How much do you need to control?
Isn't again
How
the
is it-
creativity
Right,
flow
exactly.
of ideas off each other? Can't we all be friends here? Why do
Can't
we gotta
we
be
learn
like
from each
no?
other?
You can't do that.
Yeah.
Why? It's not Pokemon. Well, because I invented it.
Right.
What do you? Come on,
Dude,
man.
what?
Yeah.
Like you invented.
Yeah, you
what?
sound like you're
You
whining.
invented having characters. Like that's my whole thing. Is like, why is Digimon? Why is Yokai Watch? All these things which are mad similar having the same effect. I get it, because it's almost like a Pokemon parody to a degree, because you're catching them with the balls. But parody is completely legal. You have parody law is a fucking thing. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with having almost even like slight like jokes on a topic, right? Or a game series or whatever. Like it's
there's
like
this
that
show
idea.
called Family Guy.
Yeah.
South Park.
Yeah. South Park's a great,
American Dad.
literally.
Bob's Burger.
Nintendo's
Literally.
suing them as
Literally.
we speak.
Yeah.
It's literally like, it's like, that's so stupid that you'd even go that route, because
Right.
Power World is also deeply funny. It's a funny, like the whole PAL Dex, which also I heard could have legality of a certain like database that like says deck and tells monsters and like when you've gotten, it could be really, really deep stuff.
But Yu-Gi-Oh.
No, man, but that's the thing, is they could just find something like, oh, but you said where you met them, where you saw them, those kind of deep similarities, which it has. They could say that's a patent on that database style.
I see.
So it could
Yeah.
be something we don't even fucking
But-
know.
Okay, but doesn't like public domain fucking exist?
It's parody, though. Public domain, this idea of even like why, not that it's fully parody, because it's an evolution on it, truthfully.
Right.
It's taking those ideas and expanding on them, but there are jokes kind of in that vibe of a PAL Dex and the way that it's just...
Let me also interject. I don't know if this is would go along with your train of thought here.
Sure.
But apparently in Japanese law as well, I don't think that's the case in America.
Okay.
If you had an idea and you invented it, and then I came along and you didn't patent your idea, and I
can
wanted
take
to, and I beat you to it, now it's my idea, and I could sue you
Right.
if you don't pay me a royalty.
Right.
Because I patented first.
Which is
even though you invented
the most
it.
corrupt patent
What?
idea ever. That's
Yeah. That's
crazy.
insane. Retroactive ownership? That makes
Yeah,
no
sorry,
sense, bro.
I patented it.
Yeah. Well, I made this in my garage 30 years ago, bro.
Yeah.
So come after me.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's segue here. Johnny, thank you for being here with us.
Beautiful
For
day.
this episode, bro.
Yeah.
Is there anything more you want to add? Actually, I want to know your prediction, Johnny.
Yeah, for sure.
Real quick. Who's going to win?
I'd say honestly, I don't think Nintendo's coming out on it.
Let's go,
You heard it
baby.
here first, bro.
Let's go. What
But-
do you vote on?
I'm voting on that. I'm voting Flash.
I'm with
Flash
it.
Bros prediction. I think I'm. Of
They need
course,
to
we're
come
all
out
in
on top.
favor of this.
They need to come out.
But
on
I would
top.
love to see history before my very
I would
eyes.
love to see it too, and we'll have that forever.
But
We'll have these
Forever.
moments forever.
That's right.
Here's the thing too, guys. If you think about this, and this is not me just being like, fuck the system.
Yeah,
that's
man.
not what I'm trying to say.
But fuck the
system, man.
Yeah, but
shit is that?
If it comes out to where they're like nitpicking to where they're trying to get rid of an indie company,
just because,
do you know what you guys should do? And as I would do if PlayStation did the same thing,
right?
Not buy their shit,
not get their shit.
You vote with your dollar,
right.
not just your actual.
That's honestly one of the biggest things that's shaken me up because I've been a Pokemon fanboy for years.
Yeah.
These guys almost kind of like had my soul with how important these new games are coming out. Yeah. These are some of the oldest game experiences I've ever had. Consciously playing a game that was mine and having those Pokemon, we'll never forget our first fucking playthrough of any of these like generations, dude.
Way, bro.
Never, bro. Those memories stick with you forever. So it hurts for me to see these things because I'm so close to Pokemon in my heart, but when Power World comes out, I have its back 100%. And if anything, what makes me sad, I'm starting to want to have that side more than my Pokemon love, bro. It breaks my heart because it's like, why can't these older generations, also like big companies like Nintendo, embrace the idea of games being made? It's an art
cooperation.
Form. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Even that idea of like shutting down something like modding Super Smash Bros. Like shutting down all those ideas and really just like piling on top of the community of people who love your shit enough is disappointing, to say the least. Disappointing, fucking, despicable, to be honest with you. Like, I'm not trying to get so angry.
No, but I was taking it a step farther where I was like, if that's really how they're going to be, no one should buy the Switch 2.
Or even that idea of, like, Pokemon should not be indulgent.
No.
You know what I mean?
Guess what?
Like,
the next Pokemon game flops.
Yeah, what if people don't get it? Like, seriously, Scarlet and Violet is already getting to a point where everyone's talking about how trash the art, the way it runs. What is it?
Yeah, the frame rate.
The frame rate, yeah.
The frame rates are dog shit.
Performance,
dude, and that's all I ever heard when the game was coming out. Like, it was.
I was like the only one who was telling you anything positive.
Yeah,
because I actually was playing it.
He was actually playing it, bro. I was not. I'm looking for the outside. Gotta cut though.
Fuck?
We gotta let Johnny go.
Yeah, we do.
All right, we love you, bro.
We love you, Johnny. We miss you so much.
You guys.
Oh man, I'm so sad of your. But what? I forgot.
All right, Joshy, we are back.
Are we back? Let's go.
Is no longer with us.
No, we lost him again.
Bro, I know.
How many shows do you lose a co-host, like multiple episodes?
Here's the thing about Johnny, bro. He's an OG gamer.
Yeah,
okay,
is.
You gotta understand about the OG gamer. These guys understand lives.
True, bro.
Okay,
True.
This guy understands patience. This guy's a Metal Gear Solid player.
Has to be, bro.
So. They think different, right? He has to. Kojima's bred them a little different.
Oh, so absolutely.
We got to respect that, right? So I have no doubt he'll be back.
Oh, my God.
But in the meantime, Huck doesn't want to be with us either.
He doesn't want to.
Come on, buddy.
I think it was because Kendall's outside. Our lovely Kendall's outside.
The lovely Queen Candy who got us delicious sandwiches. But I think I'm really ready to get into kind of the meat here, Joshy. So before we do, I do have the statement from Power World. I can't remember if we talked about this in person, if they released this yet.
We talked about it, but we didn't go through what they said together.
It's pretty extensive. It's directly from, I believe.
Oh yeah, we were
it might be
if
just
it was a tweet or if it was something they did.
I don't know. Let me see. It just says here's Pocket Pair's statement in full. With a statement. All it says is a statement. I'm not sure. This article's on IGN if you want to see it, but it has the quoted statement, which is regarding the lawsuit. We have received notice of this lawsuit and will begin the appropriate legal proceedings and investigations into the claims of patent infringement. At this moment, we are unaware of the specific patents we are accused of infringing upon, and we have not been notified of such details. Pocket Pair is a small indie game company based in Tokyo. Our goal as a company has always been to create fun games. We will continue to pursue this goal because we know that our games bring joy to millions of gamers around the world. Power World was a surprise success this year, both for gamers and for us. We were blown away by the amazing response to the game and have been working hard hard to make it even better for our
Facts.
We will continue improving Pal World and strive to create a game that our fans can be proud of.
What a great statement.
This is very well
That's
written.
so well written
for Japanese developers.
Japanese developers usually don't get this deep, bro.
No, but they have a very diverse team.
Oh
Remember,
my
of a bunch
gosh,
of
yeah.
handpicked recruits.
So no,
it's
of
kind of like
course.
their own little indie dream team.
They're literally the
Right?
Straw Hats, bro.
It's yes.
They're from
okay,
everywhere,
so
bro.
Straw Hats. So it says a little bit more. That was the meat of it. It is truly unfortunate that we will be forced to allocate significant time to matters unrelated to game development due to this lawsuit. However, we will do our utmost for our fans and ensure that indie game developers are not hindered or discouraged from pursuing their creative ideas.
That's insane, bro.
Is the statement. That, bless you, bro. That is
Seriously.
mad respect. We apologize to our fans and supporters for any worry or discomfort that this news has caused. As always, thank you for your continued support of Pal World and Pocket Pair, end quote. That's where I want to leave on the article because I feel like that truly, we all stated how we felt. Even Johnny in support of Pocket Pair, like the underdogs in this. Like, what's happening here? This isn't some ripoff iPhone game that you're like, all right,
no,
these guys are clearly using Pokemon characters. This is a creative idea.
It is
that you maybe looked into maybe because you love Pokemon.
Right. Or inspired some kind of feeling when you were playing the game, because also, there is a lot to be yearned for in these new Pokemon titles. And a lot of that is kind of some of the reasons you're falling in love with Pokemon Sleep, the utility of a Pokemon, right? Because in a main game, or any game I have experienced going through the story mode of, or just advancing in some way, is that truth really comes down to a handful of Pokemon that you're going to use in your gameplay.
Absolutely.
During a story, right? You're going to use, some people are going to have same exact teams because of the handful of Pokemon that are like good for end game combat and shit, right? So it's just like you're down to a game gets a little bit stale, right?
Right.
So what can you do to utilize what you do with those characters? Right, not to relate it directly to Pokemon, but you might as well. Because they're a game developing
but you're
company.
absolutely right, because that's what I'm experiencing with Pokemon Sleep.
Absolutely.
Dramatically. Like I
they're
was
a
just
game
getting
company. They should
hyped
be
up like
utilizing
20 minutes ago for the new map they're announcing for Sleep. Like,
and I was hyped with you because you've been theorizing about it. It's something you're excited about. But why? Because there's utility to the experience. There's utility to the experience. And guess what?
And also, what's my favorite Pokemon game?
Pokemon Crystal?
It's Arceus.
It's Arceus.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
I thought that was your favorite.
Sorry, I should have said like just any Pokemon game.
I thought you
Arceus is my favorite definitive Pokemon experience.
Facts.
I'm very
fun.
firm in that. It's so tight.
It is.
It's airtight.
It is.
As a standalone experience, it's really only missing a large part of what Pokemon is, which is it's more than that. It's community. It's competitive. It's casual. It's shiny hunting. It's trading. It's childhood.
Right.
Okay,
right.
Like you
or human interaction,
Arceus
which is
just
one of the three big three.
Yes.
By the way, of this.
So can it replace a core game? Absolutely not.
No.
Okay. Just like Breath of the Wild cannot replace Ocarina of Time.
Right.
But it is for me the airtight Pokemon in my favorite way that I've ever experienced. Probably other than Sleep. What I love about Sleep, though, truly, I'm just gonna say it is at its core using having a mass diversity of Pokemon that I'm using constantly.
Right.
Rotating. I'm using a Butterfree.
Constantly rotating out, rotating in.
Rotating in and using Pokemon. My best Pokemon. My only max level, which is 60 right now, right? Because it's locked, kind of like
Power World, just like Power World. Which is funny because 55
Yeah.
Are these not ideas that are from Palworld too? By the way. Wouldn't that be so cool if just Pokemon...
Other games have done this too, but Pokemon definitely didn't come up with it.
It just pisses me off that this is even happening.
Yeah.
They have to resort to something like this instead of allowing Palworld to inspire them.
Did I say Wigglytuff? Sorry.
No, you didn't. Sorry.
I got distracted too.
No, my bad.
Definitely Wigglytuff, bro. And I normally... probably wouldn't use Wigglytuff
of all
in the
characters,
base game, right? It's like you would play the core games differently, and I just I'm excited for maybe it'll never change, and maybe that's why Legends exists, because now it's definitely a series. So I'm really excited to see what they do with it.
Right.
But there needs to be a different avenue of Pokemon I'm understanding for myself that you're seeing especially in Palworld, right? Where you're actively seeing so many varieties constantly. It makes the world feel alive, bro.
Absolutely.
It makes the creatures in it feel alive. And I feel alive in that experience.
That's how you make it an alive world.
Exactly.
Right? Isn't it?
Isn't the Pokemon world?
Right.
Isn't that what I got lost in the anime, bro?
Isn't it the dream?
That's the dream.
Isn't it the dream for any gamer?
Yes.
So why make it make it exclusive? Why try to play that game? It's really disappointing, to be honest with you.
I know.
Why
I feel like we should digress, honestly, because this is honestly just very important. I feel like we should end with saying that this has been a topic we didn't think we'd be discussing.
What did we say last week, man?
Bro? We literally said it last week, which, by the way, was the day before this happened. We said it on that cast, right?
Yeah.
Crazy. It was like, yep, that's why it's never going to happen. Boom. Hits headlines. I am very happy, I will say. It should be a highlight that this is a patent. And not
absolutely
not a copyright issue.
Because if it was copyright, that would be like monopoly level. Like
absolutely.
I already think it's fucked up, to be honest with you. But
no, it is. Like I said, very curious to see how this goes down. There will be updates, my friends. Yes. So, Joshy, let's officially mark this now as the point where we will go into the main topic, which will be the rest of a variety pack, if you will.
Yes.
A variety map pack. Of news this week. All right?
Yes.
So you know what happens before we hit the main topic, though.
We have.
Guy, right?
What do we have?
What do we have? We have, my friend, a list of our VIP crew. Oh, yes. I love that it kind of do by surprise. Too.
Well, it's perfect because I feel like we've just been celebrating one of them all day. No?
Oh, yeah.
Being able to kick it with them.
Oh, yeah, man. No, and that's kind of like what this is all about.
Rest in peace.
Until next time, Johnny. Oh, yeah. No. He's a lost Dutchman now.
Yeah, he is. He's actually
comes
still
back as a
sitting
ghost, bro.
Yeah.
Love Johnny to death. Yeah, it's crazy because we have the blessing with that particular like VIP. We call them our gold tier sponsors. Right. Which, by the way, we have theme music now.
No way. So
awesome, bro.
So I can hear it right now?
You can hear it right now.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah, you like it?
I love this sound.
Yeah, I know. It's like a really like natural sound with like kind of reminds me a little bit of like Mystic Ruins.
Did you not show it to me?
No.
Why?
I actually forgot. I was going to show you and Johnny, but
wait, I'll listen to it right now.
Start playing Smash.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Reminds me of Mystic Ruins from Sonic Adventure.
Sonic Adventure.
Yeah, a little bit.
You did show me one that did tell you.
I think I showed you the song in passing, but I didn't commit it anywhere.
You didn't tell me what it was.
This definitely, it feels homey.
Okay.
Right? So I love the vibe. I'll show you and I'll see if Joshie agrees. But I hope you all like it out there.
Oh, yeah.
So I think we need to get to our list here. This, by the way, is a list of our Patreon sponsors, my friends. That if you were listening about pregame, you're like, what are they talking about with pregame? We mentioned that several times. Are you okay?
Dude, I just hit my funny bone.
Oh, did you?
I can't believe that.
Oh my god!
I literally just tried to put this right here, and I literally hit my funny bone.
Oh man!
I think a plate of jello now.
I hit my funny ankle the other day. Have you ever done that?
No.
That's not fun. It's like the inside.
You felt the nerves?
Yes, bro. You know the inside of your inner ankle, and you're like, there's like a certain spot where you can like kind of touch it with your finger, and it like kind of like, it kind of gives you the tingle.
Sure.
The nerve tingle.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know if I've experienced it on the ankle though.
It's not fun.
I don't want to.
All right, yeah.
I think
you can at any time. Just go ahead.
I don't want to.
Go ahead. It's not fun, and I ran into something, and it was like not a stub toe. It was like a funny ankle, and a very unfun experience. I wouldn't recommend it.
Your legs ever fallen asleep while you're taking a shit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you ever get up and you just like feel so weird walking?
It's very strange. I almost try like moving fast.
Yeah, I try moving fast
flowing,
too,
bro.
just to float up.
Yeah.
Sometimes squat and shit.
Joshy.
So yeah,
let's
talk about our
sponsors
people
here. By the way, this is if you were interested in any of this content or want to be a part of the show, patreon.com/Flash Bros Podcast. Check it out. It'll have all the info you need, and our Discord community server. A link to that is totally free. Just jump in, my friends. So I have Joshy, our master list here. Let's start with Mama Annie.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah, number one.
Number
one, the hero.
What is that from?
That's from My Hero Academia.
My Hero Academia.
Can I be honest with
That's
you?
tough.
This is a major detract from my mother. I love my mother.
Love mom so much.
And love my mom for everything, and I love nuts. I think. As a
What?
major food group.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah, where's your mind go, bro?
I must be a couple pages behind.
Like I always love peanuts. Have always been my favorite. Okay, honestly, but like any trail mix, anything that's got.
I have noticed. Yeah, you love nuts.
I do. I'm a big texture guy. Okay, because my mom she always kind of pushed like whole foods down her throat.
Oh
right?
yeah.
So even if it was like simple eating, like a burrito, that's better than like a bunch of like fried food and like all that.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
That's kind of how it was raised, right?
For sure.
Hasn't really translated very well, I will say.
Hey,
but I know my roots, all right? Yeah. My hero, I remember. My hero.
Dude, I need to say it.
I love it. It's stuck, bro. I need liquid. Okay, so My Hero Academia.
Oh yeah.
I always struggled.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Since watching it, which I was like 24, maybe 25.
Because it was when it was first coming out. The first season.
I remember like being at the gym, and every time I was on the treadmill, I'd watch anime.
Yeah.
So I started watching My Hero, right?
So
and
fire.
just, dude, yeah, it was.
That one is so good because you literally see so much growth from Deku. In such a like admirable way, where it's like he's so a non-traditional character.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like he's kind of a crybaby and like, but he's not annoying. He's like a good-hearted kid.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and there's genuine payoff to like the slow moments, and there's a lot like character building and growth and reasoning, and it's just such a show, I think, of like what it means, I think, to be a child, to think you, and it across the board, because of all the kids. And a lot of anime don't do this. They push like adult ideas onto just kids, okay? Jotaro's 17, give me a break. Okay? Like, no way mentally he could like what?
This dude is literally like going through some wild shit, acting like like
dumb
15th century.
If anything, like every character is so charming across the board of My Hero, right? And I know like how much you love the characters, and some of them,
so many.
Some of them definitely grew on me like later. Even one I still have seen like season 4. I think so. That's the one with not Staying the number 2 hero.
Hawks.
Hawks?
Oh no.
You know what I'm
Endeavor.
Endeavor.
Yeah.
Right? So,
because you know how season 3 goes, right?
Season 3. How does season 3?
Remember the fight with Deku and Bakugo?
Yes.
Because of what All Might does, dude. I want to keep it a little spoiler free, because I don't want to just randomly spoil it.
Go ahead.
But that leading into everything that is going on in the story is so peak.
Right.
Because it literally is, what does that leave Endeavor as? Where does he go from here? Right? He fought for everything in his life, almost torturing those around him. What does he do? Does he look back and reconcile? Or does he devolve deeper? It's like, how does a man deal with this shit? I know. It's peak. I'm not kidding. Endeavor is like one of my favorite characters.
Going back to like the theme of like the children, right? Like it really does have a very charming aspect of like being a teenager and what that means, right? And like and fitting in and there's rivalry. There's like kids who are just kind of from broken homes, so they're just kind of like off and don't want to associate, like, or even like they're so broken but they don't even know, like, I think of who's the guy, Fire and Ice guy?
Oh, I was literally just thinking of Todoroki. Shoto Todoroki.
Such
the Todoroki family, remember?
Character.
It's Endeavor
and his
Todoroki.
Yes, bro. Yeah.
And it's like his siblings.
Right, and what that means,
like
it's real, bro. Like it's.
I was just thinking about that while you were saying.
Really well, yeah, and this idea of even an idea that I'm still learning, Joshy. Seriously. Is you think you got something figured out, and you see something that you legitimately say to yourself, right? You're like, why don't they do this? Why doesn't that just happen?
Right.
Why doesn't that business just do that?
Right.
And honestly, it kind of like shows this reality of like 9 times out of 10, there's a reason.
Oh yeah.
There's a reason for it.
Oh yeah.
They've already thought of it. Right. Someone's thought of it. Right? And and that's a crazy idea, right? Because as humans, we want to like be creative and we want to like fit in. We want to like, you know, and so like, what does that teach you, right? It's like, it teaches you, it's like this, it's this important idea on children of like, you're not special.
Right.
Right? Don't act like you're special.
Right. Oh, have you seen Mob Psycho, dude?
No.
Oh my gosh, that literally leads perfectly into those ideas, because I'm not going to spoil anything because I need you to watch this show. Kendall would love it. I just know it. The story is really a play on, it's by the same guy who did One Punch Man. So it's kind of like an exploration on that level where this kid has so much psychic power that basically like anything would be simple to him. But that psychic power is just a part to who he is. And if he leans on that, he's going to be bad at things. Socializing with people, playing a sport, having a club, working out. This kid wants to like work out, and he has all these gym like buddies that are massive. They're called the Body Improvement Club. The best group of anime characters ever. They love him. So they call him Kageyama. That's his name, right? Right. And they're like. At one point, Kageyama gets like kidnapped and is brought to a different school, and they literally like, it's raining outside and like thunder is cracking, and they find a letter that says Kageyama's like stolen, and they literally like all like storm the school. They're like, let's go get Kageyama back, like the greatest guys ever, because he's working on himself. Because there are like Mob wants to be, he starts off super antisocial, super like all these things. He wants to be more in life. Like, you see villains.
Is it like a vibe of like he wants to be normal?
It's not even about normal. It's like, I want to be better at things, not just one thing. Because his little brother has no psychic powers, and he's like so popular at school. But he's younger than him, and has to look at him like dynamic. Dude. It's genuinely some of the best character writing I've ever seen. Yeah, and it's that's not what I'm talking about. It's still funny. It's still real.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about too.
So, you know what's even funnier is that all this was brought.
What did we say in the first place?
Brought up. Well, before we get back to the top, before we flow it back, because I can bring this full circle, my man.
We're not talking about this.
Before we get back to the flowing river. We're talking about how My Hero Academia was something I couldn't say, because every time I tried, the first thing that comes out of my mouth to this day is My Hero Macadamia. Macadamia. My Hero Macadamia Nut.
Oh, because it's a nut.
Yes, dude. And I love macadamia
You just connected
nuts.
all of that, dude. That was incredible.
All of it.
You connected it
Which
all.
comes back to my mother.
Because she
who loves macadamia nuts.
Macadamia
Fun fact about macadamia nuts, by the way.
Okay.
There is a specific fatty acid, if I'm not mistaken.
Are we gonna go?
We have omega. This is all staying in. What do you mean?
No, I don't. I mean, everyone deserves one of these. We gotta give it to them.
Oh yeah. Well, it'll come at some point, right? Like otherwise, the whole episode would be a gold tier sponsor.
That's true.
We didn't make any promises in the whole episode, so you gotta take what we get when you get it.
Yeah. Because it'll happen some other.
Macadamia nut being tied to my mother. She'll be very proud. And the fun fact is that have you ever heard of an omega-3 or omega-6 fatty acid?
I think you've said something about.
Okay. Yeah, they're basically just two important. I don't even know like the medical term, to be honest with you. I was like really into nutrition for a minute.
Yeah.
And I forgot a lot of the terms, so I'll be a little general. It's like basically what's within certain fat cells that come from specific things. So having things that are like fried, you're getting a lot of like omega-6 fatty acids.
Right.
So it's kind of this thing of it's not that you need a certain amount of 3s or 6, but you need a balance. It's kind of like cholesterol. You need like LDL and HDL, but they need to be balanced.
Right.
So generally the American diet has more HDL. Mm-hmm. So you need to like have more LDL consciously to balance it. Does that make sense?
I think it does.
Right.
I think if you pop quiz me on it though, I might be a little rough.
Okay. We can touch up. So the crazy thing though, so basically in a nutshell, we need more omega-3. You want omega-3. Okay. If you see anything advertised with omega-3, probably good for you. You know what I mean? Yeah, probably consciously. Anyways, yeah, and fat's just really important, you know? Like that's like a part of like the fad diet of like 2000s of like, okay, let's go like, or even the 90s, I think.
Oh yeah.
Fat free. Dude, fat is flavor. Fat is so good for you. Your body like functions on fat. So does fat feeds your brain. Fat feeds your organs, right? You need fat, bro. So there's a special thing in a macadamia nut.
Ooh.
I think it's called an omega-9. Okay, might be omega-8, but it's
unique.
It's something unique. It's in. I'd say fewer things. It's very uncommon, maybe even rare.
Wow.
Okay, the one I know for sure is a macadamia nut. Okay, this particular fatty acid is so good for you. It gets almost instantly absorbed into your brain directly.
Wow.
Okay? Your brain feeds off of this actually. It like helps with memory. It helps with like your skin. Helps with your energy.
Wow.
So macadamia nuts are actually extremely good for you, and I think they're delicious.
Dude, I don't know if I've had one in a minute. What do they look like?
They're like the round ones.
Yeah.
They're almost completely round, and they're almost
looks like a
cream color.
Okay.
No. You're thinking of like I think a walnut.
Yeah, walnut.
Yeah, those are pretty big. This is like this is probably a little smaller than a walnut, or about a walnut.
Okay.
The macadamia nuts are probably half the size.
I found it. My Hero macadamia nut. Oh yeah, I've seen these bad boys. Like chocolate covered macadamia nuts.
Yes,
yeah,
bro.
Those are actually gas.
But they're really good on their own. Like roasted macadamia nuts. There's like a package at Costco. They're pretty expensive, honestly, but very good.
Because they feed you.
Anyways, Mother, that is your extended shout out. Thank you for being here. You deserve it. I mean, you've been here the longest, anyways. So.
That's so true.
Love you to
She's
death.
Been to you since you were born.
That's right. Yeah. And I wish nothing but the best for her. You know, honestly. Donald Duck is next on this list here. We got Donald D in the house.
Big Donald.
Love this guy. Truly. Never thought we would have a Disney fan on board as long as we have.
Agree.
Still here with us, by the way. Every time I'm thinking here with us, not here with us. I'm always thinking of Johnny now, bro. His face just popped into my mind, bro. I'm not kidding. I was thinking of Donald Duck, and then boom. I might as well shout him out because he was here earlier, right? We got Johnny Bravo. Yeah. Rest
May God rest his soul.
Oh my goodness, bro. No, he's that man's resilient. He will Metal Gear Solid the fuck out of wherever he's at. Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
We honestly talked about so much great stuff, even in the pre-game. We've been chatting up the
Offcast. Dude's a legend. Because he came over at like 3:30, and we basically just hung out until he left. Right? 9 o'clock. It's almost 10 o'clock right now. Just for a little time update.
Yeah.
You and everyone else.
Let me see. Oh yeah, it's
Johnny. Thanks for being with us today, my man. John Rao the Fourth. Let's jump to Queen Kendi.
Yes.
The legend herself. The woman, the myth, the legend.
It's fact.
Brought us all three of us, our subs Not from Subway.
That's right.
But from, I was going to say Jimmy John's.
Basically.
Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike's.
Which is now probably one of my favorite sandwich places. Just for a really easy, order in the app, pick it up. It is probably the best fast experience like that for what it is. It is delicious.
Agree.
It's so good.
She was actually gas.
Queen Ketty is a legend, as always. She usually does that. It's usually the vibe now.
We had a great time with her, obviously, on her birthday.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I just wanted to say, that reminded me, I wanted to show you this picture that we found.
Okay.
Look at this, bro. Look at
Dude.
that. That's
That's such a dope photo. I love that.
Isn't that so fire?
That's peak,
You
actually.
gotta print that shit out or something.
Oh, yeah, I'll hang it up on my wall, bro.
So
Will you send it to me?
Yes, I will.
Yeah, perfect.
I'm doing it right now.
Well, let's jump to Sweet A. Drell.
Sweet A Drizzy.
Also,
Sweet A
man,
Drell.
the myth, the legend. He's another roommate in this beautiful house.
Yes.
Joshy, you want to give him a shout out?
Absolutely. He gave a huge shout out. We went in for Anicia's birthday.
Okay.
We went into Fate to grab some beers, and he got to meet my my manager, and he literally he was like, dude, you should check out Sweet A, and he said some incredible words. I'm not even kidding. Adrell has a way with this stuff where he just explained, he's like, yeah, this is what I'm all about, and he just said it to him, and literally my manager's like, dude, I love that. He almost got emotional. He's like, that is so awesome. I literally fuck with that so heavy. And he gave him a hug and stuff, and just literally sold it better than I ever could. I literally told him that later.
Wow, bro.
I hype you up, and you are your best hype man. The words, the way you have with words is crazy.
Dude,
But with all that said, he is.
Dude is hard, bro.
I love what he said the other day. He said he feels like he has 3 jobs or 4 jobs because he wants one of them to be Sweet A. And that's the name of his streaming. He streams, and he's really incredible at it. Seriously, is just one of our brothers, part of the fleet.
To death.
Shout out! Oh yeah, it's Sweet A.
Plug
At Sweet A, as in Sweet A.
Sweet
A Y E. Don't forget, there's 3 E's.
Yeah.
Sweet A 333.
Yep.
E's.
E. What is? I feel like that's a reference.
Reminds me of EE. You know iDubbbz? IDU
Uh-uh.
Oh, that's how you spell his name. IDU.
Oh, yeah. T-I-double-G-R.
T-I-double-G-R.
That spells tigger.
That spells er.
I was an avid Winnie the Pooh watcher. If you didn't
Me
know.
too. I love that Heffalump movie.
Yeah. And Franklin.
Franklin was on PBS. It
Yeah.
was peak. I love PBS. Any public broadcasting I watched.
Have you heard of
Arthur was on
Beatrix Potter?
there? Beatrix Potter?
Yeah. It's pretty old.
No, I don't think it.
It's like that vibe, but old.
Really?
Yeah. I don't remember
so
much, but
Beatrix.
my grandma watched it with me. And read me some books, I think. Crazy throwback.
Oh,
Shout out to
absolutely.
you, Grandma. Love you so much.
Am I confused? What's happening? What the heck is this, Sammy?
I'm so
What the fuck? I'm literally I
so
was
weak
staring at this,
right
and I was
now.
like,
Joshy just
What the
Google
fuck?
searches Beatrix Potter, pulls up. If y'all are out there, Google search
Born-
Beatrix Potter and just look at the image that pulls up in your phone. You'll see
1860.
why we're laughing.
dude,
So
this
funny.
Is like, what?
This
what?
is hilarious.
This is the show you watched?
Okay, that
That's
I think.
yeah.
Yeah, that's like a character from Beatrix Potter.
It's
See?
Peter Rabbit.
Peter Rabbit.
Yeah, the
Peter
Tales of
Rabbit
Beatrix
Friends.
Potter. So I didn't know it. I didn't know it is. It's Beatrix Potter is the
Author.
the author.
Oh yeah.
So it's like
okay.
Barnatrix. What was that one?
Barnatrix.
Barnatrix.
That sounds so familiar.
Do you remember that? It's like
Yeah.
it doesn't even. Boynton. Sandra Boynton. What the fuck? Dude, this is crazy.
Boy. Alright, let's get back in. We got
Dude, that's fucking comedy. You could not write a joke funnier than that, dude. That shit is funny, bro. Holy shit. Alright, you ready to get back in?
glad.
So,
But I'm so weak, so if you laugh, I can't hold it, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So,
all right. So, we got Lene Lovely.
Yes, sir.
In the house, baby. Yes.
Shout out.
Sister
to us both.
Yes, bro.
A sweet older sister of mine.
Incredible.
I'm so glad she's the way she is.
Yeah.
It's so peak.
Hustling right now, man. I'll tell you
Of
that
course,
much.
bro.
Seems like she's doing well, even though she has school going on now, which
Oh yeah, wow.
I know is eating up a lot of her time, but we've had some like great shifts. I think me, her, and Mikey. Last few shifts been really nice. Yeah.
Nice.
So shout out to her. Love you, sister.
Love her.
Thank you for being here with us.
She's a real superhero.
We got Mikey. Speaking of,
oh my gosh, we were just talking about him on. Was that pregame?
We talked about him pregame.
Or no?
We actually just mentioned his name too. It is Mikey Sandoval.
That's
of
right.
The Sandoval 7,
baby.
What were you saying on pregame about him?
Just how he was like a blessing to you.
Oh my gosh, I was saying that, bro. Yeah, and so
that was pregame, right?
I repeat it. Yeah, I did say it in pregame, but yeah, Mikey just like genuinely praying for days for really just like some kind of like change, some kind of help, some kind of like new bar back. There was a lot like happening, and it felt like I was managing it was like too much for just one person. It felt too heavy, and I just had this like feeling, and I was like, dang, like nothing's like working out, you know. And we don't really hire a lot of guys, to be honest. So Mikey appears out of nowhere, right? From it was genuinely from like just like knowing this person, but Lene is the one who brought him in from
That's
like
so perfect.
her own school connection, actually. And so personal side, and we connected instantly, bro. As you know, you met him, right?
Of course.
So
man. I mean, it was the same feeling for me too.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like when you met him, it was like, oh, dude, it's like it was like you and me meeting, bro. Like Mikey's that kind of guy.
Oh no, absolutely.
So he has been such a blessing and answer to genuine prayer, you know. So
absolutely.
Shout out to Mikey and the Sandoval 7. Love his whole family, including you, Tayden. Shout out to you, buddy.
Yeah, shout out Tayden.
Freaking love you, bro.
I
think I also just met, I don't think I said this, his daughter, which I think is the only one of his kids I didn't meet of the 5 kids he's got.
Yep.
Right? His daughter, I can't remember her name. That's right. You know what? She hasn't listened to the show. I told all the kids if they listen, they get the shout out. So Tayden, shout out to you, buddy.
Yeah.
For being a real one. So you know, she'll get her shout out when the time comes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But she's the one who I told me to watch that one anime that I'd never heard of before, and you said, "Oh yeah, it's kind of like Ouran High School Host Club." Remember?
Oh, it was
It has a weird title.
Ooh, it's K-On!
K-On
is what I
Yeah, right.
But I've heard people call it K-On!
Yeah.
K-On! Or something.
Yeah.
But it's K-On!
Her name will come to me, by the way. She'll get like a fandom shout out.
As an anime fan, that's such a like a great recommendation.
Yeah.
It's just it's funny, it's like cute, it's good.
Yeah.
But it's like Ouran High School Host Club. Of like, you know, it's like a comedy to a degree.
Yeah.
You know, not as
you don't know
deep
exactly where it's going, but it's kind of got a relative plot. Like,
exactly.
It's kind of connected. It's kind of doesn't take itself.
I will
too
say,
seriously.
usually those kind of shows, I watched a similar one called Lucky Star when I was younger, and the ending is always so awesome. Same thing with Ouran High School Host Club. Like, the endings of these freaking stories are so good. Like,
so good.
Ouran High School Host Club has like a 2-episode 2-parter at the very end, and it's like, it's all callbacks to the entire show and like early on in the story.
Hell yeah.
It's so good. Dude, that was so funny, bro. Holy
Her
shit.
name's Jalen. So thanks,
Shout out
thanks for pulling that out, bro. Jalen, shout out to you, sister.
Go.
I
said all of that.
I gave her some anime homework too. I can't remember though. But I met her at
Demon Slayer?
Charlie's birthday.
Charlie's birthday.
Yeah.
Sounds
One
like
of
fun.
Lene's kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speak.
Charlotte. Yes. So, all right. let's move on here to 2 more.
Please.
We got our list. We've got Daddy Mike.
Big Daddy Mike.
In the house, baby.
Yes, sir.
Big Daddy Mike. Shout outs to you, buddy.
Shout out my dad. I have a funny thing I've been thinking about where it's like, yeah, my dad. He's always been such a wise guy. Really, he just knows a lot of stuff, and you know, I love everything he has to say. Like literally, like even when it just like pisses me off.
Believe me, I know the
some of those things where it's like I want to know what's going on. He just got some wisdom, you know, something to always think about. I think, and I asked this pre-cast where we were talking with Johnny about things that your parents said that you end up saying. And I said the one, take it like it's medicine. You know, that's something that I always, if I'm dehydrated, I will drink water just like it needs to be in my body, right? Not to my leisure or whatever, I gotta drink, right? And, you know, same thing can be said with like, your protein in your food. You ever been on like a chicken and rice diet? And it's like, you know, sometimes it's like the chicken, you're maybe not feeling it like one night or something. You just gotta take it like it's medicine, you feel? But then other nights you're gonna love it. It's just like the way the world works. So big shout out to Big Daddy Mike for having some deep wisdoms that you can always pay attention to. So
and being the father we need for Flash Rose podcast.
He rounds it out perfectly because we're all a big family. We got your mom, the mom of the podcast, and my dad, the dad of the podcast.
Yes.
Who has been listening to more episodes, by the way. I forgot to tell you that.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
So he said this. Yeah, he said we just have really good...
Father of the Flam Damley. I hope you heard it here.
Damley, baby.
Damley, baby. Yeah, that's right.
That's right, baby.
Yeah. So we got...
talking about.
You know, the last one is, though.
Of course I do.
We got one more.
It's Azzy Huncho.
Azarel Huncho, baby. That's right, baby. Welcome.
Huge shout out. I'm gonna say it just because you know, I feel like we've gone pretty deep into all of these today in a good way, which we said we wouldn't do. We accidentally.
Y'all get a free bonus.
There you go, brother.
40 minutes.
He's pissed. He's holding up cards that says "Wrap it up now." He's got
to the audience.
Yeah, he's got. Start clapping. Yeah.
Yellow.
The music. The music is playing.
Right.
It's trying to tell me to wrap up.
You know, like when the preacher's out, right?
Yeah.
And then the worship team starts coming out from the back.
Right.
Slowly, right. And they start like playing a little bit. And all right, wrap it up.
Yeah, that's it.
You know? Exactly. They start playing until like
wrap
the preacher's
it up.
wrapped.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what's happening. But no, I think that is exactly, dude. I've honestly found people that think it's really funny, like the dumb shit I'll do. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the truth is most people just like that you're just like doing dumb shit.
You're attracted to what your energy you're putting out. Yeah. That's just the way of the world, right?
That guy looks like he's having fun.
Yeah.
I want to have fun.
I want to have a good time.
I want to be with him.
I want to be over where he is. Or I want to be around people like him. And I think he's great. And I want to have him in my circle. I feel that way about Anthony. This is not about Anthony. I need to talk about Azzy, but
phantom sponsor.
Segue out.
So
this dude,
we're about to go deep with Azzy.
Yeah. But this dude Anthony called me today and he was like, "Bro, dude, you need to get your what's it called? Tags
on your car?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because mine aren't expired, but my stickers never showed up in the mail. And I don't know what happened. And so I know I gotta get them switched, but I was told by legally I can drive around like that, but I can get pulled over. But they'll like give you a warning to like get your
because you like thing. You gotta have them
changed. But he'll see that you aren't breaking the law.
Yeah, but he might. Just a warning.
I know that is dangerous, but that was what he was telling me. He was telling me get him changed. That was the reason.
They'll have grace,
right?
But like if they look and you did it 6 months ago,
they're
gonna be like, all right, bro, you have to do this again in 6 months. So like you've had time.
I agree.
Be careful out there.
No, it is dangerous out there, but that's why Anthony called me, and he even told me that exact same thing. He said, "You are
legend."
Yeah, he was like, I got away with a nice cop, but they're checking like plates and shit, which is so real. But
it's so real.
Anyway,
bro. Yeah.
What I was talking about was Azzy.
Oh,
Big Azrael Huncho.
Yeah.
I want to go, dude, because just...
He's like...
I just want to go...
Shout out to the macadamia nut of Azzy this episode.
Barely even
First
connected.
one's Anthony.
I just love a lot of people, dude. Okay.
I know, bro. It's a big love circle.
It's a lot of love, bro. It's a lot of love.
Huck's
But I know Huck's loving it. He's been in this whole episode, by the way. We didn't even mention that.
Oh,
at
yeah.
all. Yeah.
We
so
mentioned
Huck.
pregame.
Oh yeah, we said something about it.
But
Huck's still here. He's loving every second.
Little bell.
Yeah, that's Huck.
Ring, ring.
He's doing a dance. I'm just kidding. But anyway, Azzy, I love you so much. He's good. You know, he's updating me a lot with his life. He's sending me pictures about stuff, which I'm so happy about. Like, I literally am so deeply happy. And even him and I were talking last night, but he was just like, I just love how excited you are for me. And I'm like, bro, it's because you're my brother. I love you. I literally like care about everything you do. And you're far away. You know, I'd want to do the same thing with any of my friends who are living far away. Dorian now included. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, bro. No, I could say all the same things about Anthony. I could say like you know, even Azzy and like all like the Rocky boys.
Oh yeah.
All the guys like I was really praying to find, like, you know, like I've said many a times.
Oh my gosh.
I've said in the podcast too, like, you know, wanting these group of guys who are just like just more than just a locker room, you know what I mean? More than just like a college party. And you know, guys who they don't even have to be like smart pushing themselves and you know, that kind of stuck up crowd who just are thinking deeper but not in the ways I'm interested in, right? I'm interested in just like fun, heart, the boys, the pack,
boys, bro,
right? Like
the gang.
Yes, dude. This go back to, if you want to know what the boys is, pull up this old movie. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Peter Pan. Okay,
Peter Pan.
And look at this beautiful place called Neverland.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not saying live in Neverland. I'm saying the boys and the brotherhood,
that's
and
like the
camaraderie
dream, right?
in that movie is exactly
beautiful,
like,
bro.
I think that's what I grew up with.
It's like family, bro.
The idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. It's like your boys are your people, you
Right.
know?
Anthony
and it means so much. Dude.
and Azzy are absolutely these
family,
boys,
dude.
bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know, I just love him so deeply.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
Azzy so much. He also does YouTube. Check out his YouTube.
Please.
At AZZY. Wait, no. At Azzy X Huncho. That's AZZYXHUNCHO. So go check him out because he is so funny. He's one of the funniest guys.
Thank you. No, he is. He's genuinely one of the funniest guys you'll ever see and listen to. Guys, same thing with Adriel. They're hilarious.
Oh,
right?
Of course we do.
So, special shout out as well to Baywatch Brad for doing all the music for the show. Everything is fully Baywatch Brad at this point, except for a few tweaks made by yours truly. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And a little sound bite I found for like the coin. That was I just put together a little bit. So a little bit of me, you know what I mean? I ain't no sound designer, but I will say Brad is, and he's a legend, and I appreciate him so much. Big shout out to him, as well as Demon Hunter Caleb, additional co-host to the show, and the bread and butter for cooking up the essence of what the Flash Bros podcast could be back before its inception. So,
I love it.
One of my longest standing friends, along with Baywatch Brad, actually. So, let's also throw in our last long-lasting friend, especially for you, Joshy, and that would be More
Dory, baby.
who just moved to Spain.
Yeah, he did. Literally. About 3 days ago, maybe?
3 days ago.
Yeah. 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Time.
Dude.
Which is crazy.
That's
crazy.
doing it.
But he's doing what he always has dreamed of doing. It's like literally ever since I met him, it's been his dream. You know, and everything that you and I have seen during knowing him, like how much he wanted mob, I wanted to bartend,
so much, bro.
to travel. All of it had to do with travel. All of it. So he's just doing it. He's working the job that he wants.
I feel like watching something like One Piece in anime, the level that Dory has.
Oh my god!
Gave him so much eye-opening understanding that they're of what systems look like and corrupt governments. That when he started getting into the real world on his own, right, moving out, like that's suddenly when like all these changes were happening, and he's like, oh, Yeah, no. Oh, no.
Right.
Oh, no. Nope. I see where this is going.
Right. Well,
He's a really smart dude.
Dude was in school. Dude, literally it was something
I forget.
I worked with him through because he was in Manzanita with Blade and
that's crazy to me.
And Matthew and everyone who went to ASU. Right. So it's just guys always thinking about what he wants and kind of working through it. I think he told me the other day, he was like, yeah, we went through this funny scenario where it was, would you rather not be able to see if you could push a button where you wouldn't be allowed to see the ending of One Piece, but you get it was like $5 billion. It was like something like that, or maybe it was $5 million, right? And he literally was like, money. I would go the One Piece. I would need to see the end of One Piece. I wouldn't press that button. And I was like, you wouldn't, even if it means just life-changing money, right? And he's like, One Piece has affected me so much more deeper than money will ever be a problem, because it's like, what will that will create different problems. And honestly, I had to change my answer because of what he said. I forgot, especially because we're all tight on money right now. $5 million sounds amazing. But what are we truly learning by being where we're at?
Yeah.
Right? We're learning something deeper than we can comprehend. So cheating like that, which I'm not going to get too deep into it, but I can't believe I'm relating this back to this. But no, I haven't even talked to
way.
No. I don't know if it's I'm saying that in my head, I'm sorry. But I just wanted to say really quickly. Have you ever heard of Boruto?
No.
It's the Naruto sequel. It's the Naruto spin-off.
That was Next Generation.
It's called Boruto Naruto Next Generation is the subtitle. But the manga only had 80 chapters, and it started this new manga called I reported this on the show too, called Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, which is this whole time skip thing where everyone's adults and all this stuff. And people are saying it's crazy good, right?
Right.
But I'm a huge Naruto fan. And I've only really heard bad things about Boruto, so I just wanted to try it for myself. I'm on chapter 13. I've read a lot of it. I started last night, and I read some today. This is actually a pretty fun story, I'm not going to lie. But going with that idea of not cheating literally relates perfectly with this idea of Boruto that you're learning. Because he's not his father. His father is his whole dream was to become Hokage. He becomes Hokage, and he's kind of left with huge expectations, kind of like Miles Morales, right? Where that whole idea of great expectations to be so smart or to be like someone else. You have to be, you're Spider-Man, so you got to be like the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right?
Whatever that is.
That whole idea, that deep idea is there, and I just think he goes from wanting to cheat and kind of get his way through things to learning the valueness, the actual value of what it means to be a man and just take care of your business, right?
Right.
Very cool coming of age. I'm not deep into it. I'm on chapter 13.
Right.
But it really relates with what you were just saying, dude. Perfectly. It's kind of crazy. I think there might be a higher power, bro. Crazy idea. I know. Boom, boom.
With that mind-blowing declaration. We're on the same wave, my man. Joshy.
Yes.
I'm ready to get to our main topics today, my man. Are you?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, bet. After we break, we'll be right back. All right, Joshy, let's kick off the main topic officially.
Let's kick it, brother.
Are you down? Okay, so we are making this a NEWSFLASH episode.
Yes, sir.
Right? A special episode. What did we call it, the last NEWSFLASH episode? So we had one not that long ago. There's been a lot of news. Excuse me. Wow.
Yeah. Bless you.
A lot of air bubbles coming up here, buddy. We called it something.
Yeah, I don't remember
the
what
newsstand or something like that.
The Joshimation Station.
Joshimation. Welcome to the Joshmation station.
All right.
So, Joshy, we are going to rapid fire this.
Yes,
This is going to be the meat, really, of the podcast, which can be as little or as long as you would like.
As we
okay?
so choose.
I have a list, and I'm not going to tell you how many, of articles pulled up here that at least caught my interest from the news. And I've read some. I actually haven't read them all.
Can I ask a question?
Oh, yeah.
Is it less or more than our old retro recap?
Less.
Less, you think? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, buddy.
Shout out to
Definitely
OG
less than that 30.
retro recap.
Yeah. Shout out to OG Retro Recap, baby. Yeah. I look forward to them now that it's one every once in a while. But we do love talking about retro games. Do not get me wrong.
No.
I just feel like we'd run out.
Yeah.
If we kept talking about them every day, right?
About?
Yeah, we get through in a year and we're like, oh shit, we covered them all.
We talked about every game ever.
Every game ever, bro. Nah, it ain't be like that, Joshy. Let's begin with every time the AC in the house, by the way, runs, my room flickers and it always freaks me out.
It's every light out there. Have you noticed?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like the
sucks that power. Well,
yes.
Joshy. The first article, my man, is titled, by the way, we are, just for the audience out there, I'm just going to be simply stating the name of the title, and you are going to tell me whether or not you want to have a deep dive into this, or talk about it, or move on. All right? We'll just go rapid fire.
Let's do it.
Start with number one is PS5 Pro 30th Anniversary Edition. I'm just going to show you a picture. I think we can just talk about this if you would like. So, they didn't just unveil PS5 Pro. They unveiled all the major peripherals. So, we got the DualSense controller, right? We got the, what's that? The Pro one called?
Is
that the DualSense controller?
DualSense, but it's like a Pro.
DualSense Pro or something like that? Yeah, okay. So, we got like that Pro version, which has its own custom case. Right. We have, even the charging cradle for two controllers. Like, I have the black one, right?
Yeah.
They've got special edition. It's all like a throwback. They've done this for anniversaries on all their consoles before. That's crazy. Except for the Vita and PSP. I don't think they
should be given.
But I remember they did this for PS4. PS4 Pro got one. PS3 got one.
Nice.
Beautiful rendition of the gray.
I love it.
Are you a fan?
Yeah. I'm huge on even the history of PlayStation.
Hell yeah.
It's one of the reasons I love Astrobot so deeply.
Oh,
and especially Astro's Playroom with how much it goes.
I think there's something very particular about the gray that they use. There's something like really special about it, right?
I agree.
And it's different than like the NES gray, right? But there's something special then about the combination of colors that is with the classic consoles.
I agree.
Like the SNES with its purple, right?
I agree.
It's like, oh, that's iconic.
I agree. It's like a GameCube purple even.
I love it. I personally do.
They
the indigo purple is what they called it.
I love it.
I love it, my man. All right, Joshy, the next article is titled, Why Everyone's Talking About Nintendo Switch 2 Leaks Today. This is basically just another article I had like extended pulled up off of the info. This is actually pulled up before we got the image leaks.
No way.
So I actually forgot this was here. I'm just going to delete this and we're going to move on. How about that?
Perfect.
The next article is Zelda Echoes of Wisdom interview reveals host of new details, including confirmation of the series' first woman director. This is huge, especially for Nintendo, bro.
Well,
this is actually amazing. Yeah. Okay, so I got it pulled up. Tomomi Sano takes the lead. Is the subtitle here from IGN. Of course, we got Nintendo is continuing its Ask the Developer series of published interviews with game development leads. I guess that's how we got this info. This time on Echoes of Wisdom. In parts 1 and 2 of this interview, the company reveals a number of new tidbits about Echoes of Wisdom, including Grezzo as the elusive co-development studio behind the project, and Tomomi Sano as the game's director, the first ever female director on the Legend of Zelda series. I do want to say about Grezzo, I don't know if you're aware, but Grezzo was first kind of, the first time I believe they worked publicly with Nintendo and like they were credited was Ocarina of Time remake on the 3DS.
Wow.
Yeah. As a kind of the same vibe as, there's another studio that's like this for PlayStation.
Or they remastered?
They're like Blue Point.
Blue Point?
Blue Point. They did Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah.
They did several PlayStation games that were...
PSV.
I wish I could think of more. They did Vita ports.
Yeah,
Pretty sure Blue Point was a part of Killzone.
Killzone?
Like porting Killzone.
I've seen it on the Vita.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah, so Blue Point, same vein, okay?
Yeah.
It's Grezzo because, I mean, Ocarina of Time 3D is amazing. But they made other games, too. I'm pretty sure they also took part in...
Majora?
They definitely did Majora, but they did the remake, including its art style, that you didn't really like, on Link's Awakening.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, big part. I think they might have lead developed it and not Nintendo. This game, though, they're co-developing, for sure. So we're at least having the Zelda team fully hands-on.
I think Zelda team deserves to be hands-on, because I also think there is something low-key missing about the fact that, you know, Link's Awakening is a remake, but it kind of plays the exact same as the original. Like, down to, like, knowing little tiny things that sometimes I'm like, I don't know how to figure that out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like, that probably should have aged a little bit more if it was Zelda team coming back and remastering.
No, for sure. There's a level of magic they got that can't really, it's like...
Yeah.
There's truly something special about it.
That's why Echoes of Wisdom is so exciting to a degree, too.
I actually agree, bro.
A real 2D Zelda game.
Yeah.
Not one that was held back
Not
by
just a remake.
hardware and then was remade with a fresh coat of paint.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? Yeah. And not even my favorite Zelda game. I was going to say it, right?
It's not even 60 FPS?
No. It's 30 and it struggles when you're like loading an area.
It's like a Game Boy game.
I know. It's strange, right? Wait, did it get... It might have gone down to 30 and then it was 60. It could be that way. Like, when it struggles, it goes down to 30, but it's noticeable, right?
Oh.
But I thought it was choppy. I cannot remember accurately, I'll say that much. But, Joshie, I will say that upon skimming the article more, apparently, Sano, right, this new female director, she had been assistant and co-director of the following projects. Ocarina of Time 3D, Majora's Mask 3D, assistant director of Twilight Princess HD, Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga and Bowser's Minions, Bowser's Inside Story. She's actually been a part of a lot of really good games that we're fans of. Yeah.
She understands like good game design.
Yes, bro.
For sure.
Apparently Anuma, right, the president of, or the director of Zelda, right, Team Zelda, apparently almost always, in quotes, asked Sano to be involved with the Legend of Zelda projects, is specifically at Grezzo, okay? Wow. So there's a whole part of this article that basically the rest of the article is kind of the inception of Echoes of Wisdom. It's called The Origins of. I think we should skip it and move on, unless you want to go into it.
No, I'm happy with what I heard.
Well, then I think we should like stick here if we want to for a sec. So having like a female director, I just think this is huge for what coming to my mind is like how Nintendo was kind of really like a part of this older generation ideology that showcased in like it was headline news. We've just forgotten, right? Absolutely. Remember how big of a deal it was that Nintendo was anti-YouTube, right? When that was huge, bro. Like there was a huge public movement about it, and you know what? Nintendo changed their mind, right? But there's all this stuff about like even like censoring, about like intentionally avoiding any kind of like anything gay like related, right? Yes, bro. Yeah, being ambiguous, if that, like, and just not. And it's not about being progressive. It's just kind of like about modern times. If that even, I don't know if I can say it better than that. Okay,
I think I get what you're saying.
Yeah, well, this is an example, right? Is that they used to, you know, the idea of having a female leader at Nintendo 10 years ago, it's 5 years ago, probably like, oh, absolutely not, right? But now having like someone like this with the vision and seeing how this is turning out is really exciting.
Yeah, it is really exciting. It's honestly one of those things where it's like, there's another evidence that like you really can do anything. You know what I mean? Does not matter who you are. You can have an amazing grasp of game design.
Yes. No, I completely agree. Josh G, the next title here is PlayStation State of Play for September 2024, officially announced with an update in 20 games. So I got an update on this, breaking, because the State of Play was today at 3 p.m.
Oh my God, right? No way.
So State of Play updates. Caleb texted me like a list here of the things he was talking about. I'm like, oh, okay. So I just thought I would pull it up right now for us to check out. Are you down?
So far, yeah. Can I look it up too?
Yeah. So I've got, all I did was like look up State of Play IGN. And then I'm pulling up right here, everything announced to the 2024 PlayStation State of Play. Let me know when you're ready. We'll go down the list together. Ready?
I'm so ready.
Let's do it, baby. We'll start with Ghost of Tsushima 2 announced as Ghost of Yotai. That's crazy. Arguably the biggest announcement from the show today was the sequel of Ghost of Tsushima, and it will be arriving in 2025. And will focus on the new protagonist, Atsu. The announcement trailer gave us a pretty good look at what we can expect from the upcoming game from Sucker Punch. This is huge, bro.
This is huge.
I have heard nothing but incredible things.
Yeah, our friend Gabe has seriously just raved about how incredible that game is.
Johnny, same with Johnny.
Johnny has.
Caleb.
Also, I mean, I was just replaying a little bit of Infamous Second Son, and I literally was talking about this. I'm like, why hasn't Sucker Punch done another Infamous? I love Infamous Second Son.
Bro,
it's so
I
good.
know. Well, hopefully this will give you the answer.
Well, I was gonna say they've been they were working for a long time on Ghost of Tsushima, and now it's making a lot of sense on where their mindset is kind of at. Because I think this has potential to be kind of a Red Dead Redemption 2 of sorts. You know what I mean?
Or Spider-Man 2.
Or just a next generation, huge, crazy Spider-Man.
I think it's going to be crazy.
I'm crazy.
I think it's going to be crazy. All right. So we got pulled up now what Johnny was talking about earlier. Offcast. Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered announced, which I want to talk about in a sec. Okay, so we got an official confirmation, which I think was already a cooking rumor for a minute. Anyone who owns the PS4 version will be able to enable PS5 upgrade when it comes out for $9.99. That's amazing. That's just like The Last of Us. Right. Okay, the remaster will be arriving October 31st on Halloween.
Whoa.
Let's rewind real quick. It will include 10 hours of re-recorded dialogue as well as visual enhancements. Okay, that sounds cool.
That does sound really cool.
I'm not going to lie. The only tidbit about the update, aside from the money, is new dialogue and visual enhancements.
I mean...
Listen, I want to say, as we said last week, but what are we really doing here? Okay? In my opinion... with everything, and this is outside the industry, but as a fan, I would think, okay, with an educated guess, that it does honestly makes no sense to me. I get we're on like this age of nostalgia and remastering basically everything. It's kind of nice going down that list in your room of like the PS2 games, and we're looking at all the games to play on like an emulator that's a legit PS2 game. It's like, oh, that's been remastered. Everything's been remastered.
Absolutely.
Okay, it's very few games that you play growing up that are not available in your palm right now.
Yeah.
Okay,
and I'm playing those 3 games.
Absolutely. Okay, across any medium, I will say. Right.
True.
So, why are we focusing? And I mean this. I don't mean this in a way of a fleeting dream of, oh, we got this Smash character. That means we didn't get my favorite. I'm pissed. This means no. If they're literally putting time, energy, money, and staffing, resources into these remasters and remakes to make the PS5 and the PS5 Pro seem worth it, dude, no. We need new stuff. We need new games. We need Spider-Man 2. We need the sequel we just got of Ghost of Tsushima. Why are we remastering a PlayStation 4 game? What are we doing? Are you with me?
I'm 100%.
I'm ending. That's kind of my argument.
I'm 100% with that. I obviously am and always will kind of be a just kind of a fan of moving games over to another console. And I think that can be done pretty well. Like I said,
preservation.
Uncharted
did
it incredibly. We talked about that in pregame.
Right.
But that idea is so true because you get to a point where it's just like, I already have this game. There's nothing that this remaster can truly do that will warrant the price of a new game. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, bro.
So it's just like, hey, and maybe even if you did a $10 upgrade, I love those. But these remastered titles are like treating themselves like their own game.
Right. And I'll be honest, the $10 upgrade, here's where I'm at too, okay? On thinking on a business side of things.
Right.
It's a part of the frustration. It's a part of, I know they're at a loss if they're doing us a favor by giving us a $10 upgrade. They really should be recharging. I know it's a meme to bitch about the remasters recharging because it's an old game. Right. But truthfully, this shit ain't free.
Work.
Exactly. Like probably a lot of work. Maybe not as much for the core game.
Yeah,
right?
And usually the games are made with the PS5 in mind when that's the case.
Dude, for sure. You know? Well, I'm already under the mindset that if I was in the game industry, I'm not, but I'm on the consumer side.
Totally.
But
the
argument has been made for years that games are way too cheap. There's a reason there's crunch. There's a reason that they're hurting. There's a reason that, I mean, it just, you know, there's a whole topic going into like how, you know, they're putting in the investors, the guys at top, they're putting in money that is not in any way in favor to the developer. And that is the problem. You know,
absolutely.
That's 100% the problem.
It's also a tough thing because then you also do benefit from cheaper games.
Yeah.
Because there's also even like maybe even the idea of, you know, if these games are getting so massive, and I love a massive, beautiful game, I enjoy a good AAA game. I love a game that's larger than life, right? But there also comes to a point where it's like, if you're putting all this money into these games, you know, indie studios are making true bank sometimes. Because guess what? Sometimes it's a guy. Undertale was just Toby Fox and some people who helped and Patreon, or not Patreon, but it's Kickstarter. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes.
A Kickstarter game, and so, you know, he's sitting pretty now as that single director, but people will pay for something if it's good.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know,
Joshy. Let's digress here and take a break. I got something for you.
Okay.
All right, Josh, are you ready to get back to this list?
Yes, I'm so ready.
No, let's do it.
Let's get it.
Let's dive back in.
Let's get it.
Right now, Joshy, we've got Monster Hunter Wilds. Release date revealed for February 28th, 2025. The new edition of the Monster Hunter series. This is huge. PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC.
Wow.
And I assume you know that means Xbox Series S
gosh.
as well. New trailer looks insane. You got anything you want to say?
Pretty cool. I'm not really a Monster Hunter fan, but I love games having sequels that people love. I love that.
Yeah.
So,
well, the next one you probably are going to be a fan of.
Dude,
Astro
I can't
DLC
believe this.
Announced for this fall, 2024. The average review score sparking
9 out of 10.
By the way, dude, which is amazing. I know me and Kendall been loving it. Sounds like you have too.
Dude, I thought this said sparking. I was like, oh my god, it's a reference to Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Sparking.
Yeah. I thought it said
spark?
Gave it a sparking 9 out of 10.
You should start using Spark.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
On the Flash Bros.
If we ever want to stop cursing, right? We could say snuffing.
Snuffing.
I'm tired of that snuffing. Spark.
We should uphold it in the house, and then we'll bleed it into the podcast.
Let's try our best.
Yeah, snuffing, sparking.
Sparks.
Yeah, I'm so down. I love how they all have their own lingo.
Yeah.
But this is free.
Yes.
This DLC pack is absolutely free. Sometime in fall 2025. It says fall 2024 in the... Whoa. I guess it's not. I guess this is next year.
It says, well... Oh.
Yeah, right. The title says
it's
2024. But in the meat of the article, it says sometime in fall of 2025 that has 5 new online speedrun levels and 2 new bots to rescue. I bet that's this fall. I don't feel like it'd be next fall, right? No way.
I think so. This makes me excited. We will like it.
I'm on board. All in. The Midnight Walk has been announced. From the creators of Lost in Random comes a claymation style game with a Tim Burton-esque art. No release window, but you'll play it in PSVR 2 or your PS5. The next is Hell Is Us gets a new gameplay trailer. Looks like a Souls-like game with no release date yet. But it will also be coming to Xbox. Okay. Power World is out on PS5 today. Guess what that means, Joshy? Guess what I've been telling you this whole time? If it be coming to PS5, guess what game I'm going to be picking up, bro? Power World, my guy.
Dude, this is huge.
This is so big.
Oh my god.
If you've been hoping to dive into Power World on your PS5, now you can. Although they're currently in a legal battle with Nintendo. And Pokemon's officially come to PlayStation. I am so hyped. I will be picking this up as soon as I have money.
I can't believe it.
This is insane.
I can't believe it.
Josh, this is here. He's yawning. He's so excited. It's like, oh, I'm about to pass out.
No, I literally can't believe this. This is like what I've been waiting for.
Dude, it's happening. I'm so excited. Josh, you have no idea.
I can't believe this is happening.
Joshie, the next game is Metro Awakening VR. Arrives November 7th. The Metro series.
Metro.
Like Redux. You were just talking about it, actually.
Which one?
Half-Life. Like the Metro series. Right? Metro's like a different take in the same universe of Half-Life. Isn't that right?
It's in Half-Life?
Isn't it?
Not of my knowledge.
I could be wrong. Caleb's a huge Metro series fan. I could be absolutely wrong. But they're having a new VR game coming out. We should look into this.
No, there's definitely no way.
Well, I'll keep continuing if you want to fact check. We got Arc Age Chronicles is releasing in 2025. Upcoming Souls-like game. Everything Souls-like now. That is the current generation we're in. With a medieval setting and big scary bosses. Original. The land of Aurora awaits you. It sounds crazy. Okay, we got Lunar Remastered Collection. I want to halt the brakes here. What?
Wait, what
we got to let the readers know. We are finding these out as we're reading the list here.
Yeah.
Okay. Lunar Remastered Collection?
What is that?
You're serious. Before I need to pause there, like I said. Let's let you finish your fact check here. Did you find anything?
Well, it's definitely not in the Half-Life universe.
Interesting. I'm not sure, but I know that their series is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So, that interesting.
It looks like it's
check that out.
It's very similar.
Right.
In world to Half-Life.
Yeah. Yeah. It absolutely is. So, Lunar Remastered Collection, Joshy.
Whoa.
So.
What is it?
The Lunar series is very old.
Really?
I'm talking PS1, okay? This was, I don't even know who the studio was, but they made a couple games that were like old school JRPGs. I think there was like even like a mini anime series, kind of that vein, okay?
This is an old story.
Look at the art style, bro. I played one game in the series.
Dude, this looks awesome.
Which was remade on the PSP. Yeah, it's amazing. It's called Lunar Silver Star Story.
This is like fucking. It looks like an indie game or something.
Yeah, it's beautiful. You would love it.
I love this.
Beautiful action. The combat is it gets repetitive at the end. They don't really introduce new things at the end of the game, but it's very good. And the combat is turn-based, but they have some twists. The story you would really like. Very much a Crier type story.
Really?
Yeah. Kind of cheesy, but it's really good.
I love that.
Yeah. You'd like it a lot. Voice acting.
Really?
Yeah.
Fully voice acted?
Not fully, but they have like scenes and cutscenes, and it's very like 90s. You ever heard of a game called Grandia?
Grandia?
Yeah.
I don't know if I
the
have.
Voice acting is so crazy.
It looks like a... Wow. Oh, that's a cool remaster style.
That's the remaster on there?
Yeah.
Whoa, bro.
I love the way that looks.
Oh, that looks amazing.
Look at that wall.
That looks amazing. That looks way better than it did. I'm not kidding. Look at the little
sprites. Look at that.
Dude.
Look at the battles. They look amazing.
This looks incredible. Okay, so
all this stuff always.
We're getting Lunar Remastered Collection.
Whoa.
Yeah, anime cutscenes, bro, that are voice acted.
These look remastered too. They don't look
absolutely. They look like dog shit.
But here's the thing: to remaster old anime cells, either you have to digitally recolor them completely, or you have to find the original scans. And I don't know which one they did, but these look crispy clean.
That's insane, bro.
It looks like reanimated.
So a remastered collection has been officially announced for spring 2025.
So there's 2 games?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick as fuck.
Updated visuals and widescreen support. This game has never been widescreen. Wow. Isn't that crazy? You're losing it, bro. You've yawned like 6 times in the last like 2 minutes. That's a new record. Are you just thinking about sleep? Are you thinking about your...
No, I'm just... My body is reacting to
the anticipation of work.
Yes.
TMNT Shredder's Revenge.
Yes.
Radical Reptiles DLC.
No way.
It's free and out now to TMNT Shredder's Revenge. That's the game, cool. Right? So it's DLC pack. I'm going to speed fire if that's cool. Okay, Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered is coming in December. Now, I'm not a Legacy of Kain OG. That's not like a nostalgic hit for me.
Sure.
But you've seen the cover of this, right? It's like that tiger, and it's kind of like Legend of Zelda vibes, but it's an old school PS1 type vibe. PS1 and PS2, I think. Actually, now that I think about it, it might even just be PS2.
I believe it.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of these are coming to also...
The remaster comes with
Xbox.
Improved visuals for PS5, PS4, Xbox for the 25th anniversary. We'll keep going on here. So much remasters. Hitman 3 VR Reloaded is arriving in December. That's a VR remaster. Okay, let's not, fool ourselves over here. Right. We've got Fantasia Neo Dimension arriving December 5th. Upcoming RPG Fantasia Neo Dimension. It's a tactical game from the creators of Final Fantasy. That's cool. Keanu Reeves will headline as Sonic X Shadow Generations DLC.
Wild.
But before that happens, his voice will be appearing in the DLC. Dude, that's so hype. That's awesome. Cool. Okay, Lego Horizon Adventures arrives November 14th.
That's a weird one.
Towers of Agasba? Early access announced.
Agasba. What the fuck?
It's not even... you know what? Let's move on. Fear the Spotlight gets a new trailer. Cool. PS1-inspired horror game from Blumhouse. Pixel art.
Blumhouse is making games.
Oh, yeah. Crazy. Alan Wake 2 Lake House expansion has been revealed. This is obviously not proofread when it was typed out. I'm not even kidding. Look at all those typos in the title. Arriving October 2024
yes.
on PS5 and Xbox. Look forward to that, my friends. We've got new PS5 controller colors. The Chroma collection. Chroma Pearl, Indigo, and Teal. That teal one looks sexy as hell. I might pick it up. We'll see.
Let me see.
Because I love teal. Let's color the Flash Bros.
Oh, that's so cool looking.
Can I see it again?
Yeah. I'm just looking through. Oh my gosh. It keeps going to the top.
It's really annoying.
Yeah,
while you're finding that, we got Dynasty Warriors Origins arriving. Oh, that looks so good. More games for PS5 Pro support, which personally I don't... Just kind of voting with my mouth here. I don't really want to talk about that because... This is, again, like, I want PS5 Pro games, right? Not necessarily just upgraded support. But we have WWE 2K24 and Dead Space, both announced for PS Plus games for October 2024. Which, personally, Dead Space?
Right.
Oh, my gosh.
That's pretty crazy.
I'm stoked. That's probably... No, I'm sleeper hits here on these announcements. I'm not even capping. For me, personally, I know Ghost of Tsushima... sequel is huge, but Lunar remastered and Power World coming to PS5 today.
That's the biggest one for me, seriously.
Today, bro.
That is crazy. They shadow dropped it.
I'm in shock.
I can't believe this. I might buy it for you. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Yes, dude, because I literally want you to play it.
I love you. Okay, this I'm going to brief with you visually and we can talk about it a sec because I know you love creativity. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, this article was just like showcasing like a fan-made Minecraft project that reached headline news because it's one of the biggest scope ever.
What?
A 1-to-1 scale with your character, a Steve scale of New York City.
What? What? Wow. No fucking way. How the hell? How the hell is that even possible? How the hell is that even possible? Wow.
Yeah.
So what are they?
I have never.
Map scan?
I've seen some crazy shit on Minecraft, and I saw crazy shit back in the day. This was headline news on IGN at least for how big it was. Just type in New York City Minecraft or NYC. You'll see it. Crazy, bro. I want you to take it in. I want to know where your head's at on this.
I wonder if it's downloadable.
Probably.
Dude.
Or a server or something. Play Spider-Man 2, but in Minecraft.
Dude, or somehow you could download it into Tearaway. You ever heard of it? No, not Tearaway.
Teardown. What's it called?
Teardown.
What's Teardown?
Have you heard of this one?
No.
It's a game on Steam, but it's heavily modded by the community, where it's like physics-based kind of like 3D things that break into squares, kind of. But it's like very finite squares, so it's like it's got a whole story mode and stuff. It's like a really cool indie game where it's physics based, so you're going out and destroying things, or you're going on like you're getting emails to like steal things from like houses, and sometimes it's
I've never heard of this game. What
Dude,
the heck?
I have to show you because I got it. One of the reasons I got a PC was because this game looks so cool.
Really?
And it's only on PC, but it's heavily modded, and most Minecraft worlds you could translate over to it.
I did not know that.
This is crazy.
That's crazy.
I was just saying.
No, that's sick. That's super sick. What if you could? So, you got any thoughts on a project of this scope as someone who likes expressing their creativity?
Absolutely. I find it incredible, but I also wonder what techniques were used because that's really incredible. Obviously, like scans, right? Because you can like place in buildings,
or even Google Maps now.
Google Maps. That's what I was thinking. What if you could place the shape of it, and you just kind of had to. That's
like your visual aid, or maybe multiple angles. No, I see what you're saying.
Multiple people can work on them on their own computers. Can just build buildings in like creative mode, right? And then you can scan those, and then you can physically spawn them into other Minecraft worlds. So I don't know, something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know the technique. That's why I'm saying it.
It's insane. What's the most insane Minecraft thing you've ever seen?
Dude.
Like with your own eyes.
So my little brother used to download maps because they'll make maps for free. Unless you're someone like, there's this Minecraft YouTuber who makes giant, huge adventure maps. And I think my little brother downloaded one time. And I played at the same time as him. Like we had like a little LAN server. And dude, it was like a giant kingdom the size of like to scale to this of like a massive kingdom with like a market and like a mountain behind it. It's honestly insane.
Dude, that sounds insane.
Absolutely crazy.
Did you play on it a bunch or
I mean, yeah, we just did like little things. It was just him and I in there. And
okay.
It's hard to play a survival world in there, so I just kind of like messed around a lot. And
that's crazy.
Decorated some houses and stuff. So it's pretty fun.
I've never, for me personally, like I never looked at it and be like, oh, I want to make something like this. It's just so out of like my own creative scope. Sure. I made like a cool castle once. Yeah. But it was pretty simplistic. Sure. And I just kind of like beefed up that.
Oh, yeah.
So I have a lot of admiration for big scope.
I always recommend, if you ever get into Minecraft again, look up some houses online and see what looks cool and just try it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's just fun to just try decorating.
I'm inspired by all I see on Minecraft. It's so beautiful, bro. It's much like Animal Crossing now, too. But, like seeing even when you and Michaela were playing, right? A couple years ago. And seeing what you guys had built so far.
Did I show you it?
So awesome. Dude, yes, bro. I saw you guys playing. I remember you guys were having this funny argument about placing even these ladders up by where your farm animals were.
Oh, yeah,
you remember that? Yeah.
Oh, my God.
No, put the ladders here. No, dude, put it. And you're like, dude, why is she so smart, bro?
Dude,
it's so crazy. Great what people think. She has
so many little tips and tricks that I didn't even know.
Dude, I love that.
Place carpet on a fence. You can jump over it, but animals can't.
What?
Yeah. Didn't know.
What kind of tech is that?
That's the shit that Michaela's teaching me, bro.
Yeah, that's great. Jack be teaching me that stuff too when I was growing up. Joshy, so upon reaching where we are, I think we should wrap right there for the main topic today.
I'm so
okay. Are you down? Because upon skimming the rest of the news, kind of smaller, and I really am satisfied with the meat of what we discussed.
We talked about some good stuff.
Oh yeah, I think I'm just I'm ready to call it, bro. You got a double tomorrow.
That's right, bro.
Let's
I gotta hang up my clothes.
Oh yeah, and I gotta show you how to wash those hats.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so let's wrap right now. All right, you down, buddy?
I'm so down, buddy.
Let's go, baby. Joshy, then let's hit our epilogue officially. My friends, we'll do our multi-tap plug. We'll plug in our multi-tap.
Oh, I like
real
that.
quick. Right here. Yeah, it's perfect. My friends, this has been the official Flash Brothers podcast. Welcome back. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sticking it out with all of us today. Me, Joshy, and Johnny. I should have said myself last. I don't know why I said myself first.
No, we're not.
You know, yeah, least important first, you know. No, been a blessing to be here with all you guys and with everyone out there listening. As you probably deduced, this weekly show is essentially two best friends sharing casual discussions with each other centered around our collective interests, albeit retro and modern topics framed around usually gaming and anime, but basically whatever we're wanting to talk about within all of our wheelhouse of diverse passions, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
That's it, baby.
I can't say it better.
Our focus is set on spreading positive vibes within building a vibrant community in the duality of our comprehensive yet very casual and informal content.
Oh, yeah.
You know, while building up this community where you, my friends, can be a part of the conversation. You know what I mean?
You better be.
So, Joshy, if someone wants to join the crew, we've got our Patreon page, as I mentioned earlier, which is patreon.com/flashbrospodcast. You can get plugged in immediately, all of your questions, and you can even reach out to us all directly on that platform. That is where we base our podcast out of. But we do host everything completely for free for the Flash Bros. It is available everywhere. Personally, I use Spotify, which we have a comment section. You can also use YouTube, right? It's out there. Josh, he prefers YouTube. Obviously, YouTube, yeah, dude, and it's got the comments on there as well. So, guys, you can get involved wherever you would like the podcast. We got it out there, or we'll get it wherever you'd like. Just let us know. You can also write into the show if you want, just through email. That's going to be flashbrospodcast@gmail.com. Make
or
it
just
easy.
text us if you know us.
Or text us if you know us. You know what I mean? If you want to be a part of the show, if you want access to all of our premium content and pay one membership price forever
for the end.
That will be our gold tier sponsorship that we mentioned earlier in the show. You get special recognition in each episode among a bunch of other perks. So go and check that out. $5 a month, my friends. It's and that's a permanent price, especially if you're getting locked in early.
Come on.
You know what I mean? So check that out, my friends. And pregame is something we record and post prior to every single Flash Bros podcast. So you can look forward to the show traditionally dropping. Tentatively, the schedule is every Tuesday, with pregame coming out one day in advance in our Patreon page. You can also take I like to listen actually to Patreon stuff on the Patreon app now. They revamped it, so it's like an audio player. It actually, I can keep everything that's exclusive there, and it's pretty easy.
That's so.
Yeah, it's super tough. But it also naturally goes to Spotify. You'll even see it if you search it, our premium content. And you can plug it in via RSS wherever you'd like, if you want to do that. So with that being said, Joshy, I think we should thank everyone out there for being a part of this journey with us.
Thank you,
yeah, you guys are all a part of our genuine growth. We couldn't be more appreciative. We love you all, and we have reached the end, my friend. Joshy, this is it. Thanks for cooking with me today, brother.
Of course.
Fucking love you, bro.
Love you more, man.
Love you, Johnny.
Love you, Johnny.
So sad you're not with us anymore, but
we will remember.
We will miss you.
Your spirit will be remembered.
Yes, it will. And you recorded with us, so we're actually going to post it, and it'll be remembered publicly as well. Joshy, let's wrap right here. Be safe, my friends. Spread love and enjoy your beautiful rest of your week.
Love ya.
Love ya.